good disciplined football, do things the right way, and hopefully we will do that.
Lions head coach Brent Dearman was the offensive coordinator for former Hilltopper head coach Willie Taggart at FAU. Also, the very next year was the offensive coordinator at MTSU. So it's not that the Tops haven't gone against one of his led offenses.
Yeah, he does a really good job. There's not a play they don't have or run. He's a very knowledgeable coach and play caller. Again, he knows what he's doing, and so we got to make sure that at all times we're playing disciplined, good, sound football, because he's going to test that for sure.
Last year, they beat Abilene Christian in a high-scoring game, and of course, we all know by now who the Abilene Christian quarterback was, Maverick McIver. I'm sure, I haven't looked at the box score yet, I will. I'm sure he didn't have a bad game. They scored nearly 40. They just gave up a bunch of points.
Yeah, they've actually done pretty well against ranked opponents, whether that was an FCS or an FBS. They've played good football. I mean, they've made it four-quarter games more often than not. And like you said, Randy, they got a big win. Abilene Christian was ranked at the time, and got a decisive win. And so, they're not going to come in here thinking, we just want to, get out of here and play football. They're trying to come win this game, and they're going to test us in every which way. And this is a good, solid football team, and so we have got to really play good four quarters and make sure we take care of our business for sure.
Since 2000 in the state of Alabama, when the Crimson Tide programs won more games, they won 3 consecutive national titles at one point in time. And we all remember, it wasn't that long ago, prior to you coming here, WKU moved up from the FCS to the FBS level. It does take some time, but once you get it turned, you can be a really successful program. And I assume everyone knows that North Alabama, as they moved up to the FCS, are going to get it done.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, as a Division II team, they won a lot of championships. And, they've been in a lot of playoff games. And so there's a legacy, a history there of winning. And it does take time. And, they do have good coaches. And evaluating their team, they are a talented football team. And so, it's a team coming in here that we need to have tremendous respect for. We need to treat this like a championship mentality, that this is the most important game that we will play. And if you do that more often than not, you're going to play good football and you'll win.
Coach, good luck today.
Thank you.
Those are Coach Tyson Helton's keys to a Hilltopper win, always brought to you by Leachman Buick GMC. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield. Kickoff is up next, right here on the Sports Network and the Varsity app.
Looking to earn more on your money? Liberty Federal Credit Union's free vertical checking account is now even better with an increased interest rate of 3.5% APY, letting you earn even more on your money. So what are you waiting for? Start earning more on your money today with vertical checking, only at Liberty Federal Credit Union. Some requirements apply. Annual percentage yield. No minimum balance required. Applicable on balances up to $20,000. Federally insured by NCUA.
This week's Houchins charity champion is the Fant Foundation. The Fant Foundation was founded in 2021 by George and Chastity Fant. Their goal is to strengthen and uplift today's youth by showing kindness and support through every action in the communities they are a part of. They strive to continue the legacy of the Dream Big Camp and generate more community support through their events. Houchins Industries and WKU are proud to recognize the Fant Foundation as a charity champion. Learn more at fantfoundation.org.
Banks over a runner, banks over 2. That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Need news that's as fast-paced as the game? Tune in to WBKO News, your number one news source for breaking news, weather updates, and all in-depth coverage you crave. We're on the front lines, bringing you the latest headlines as they happen. Stay connected, stay informed, and never miss a beat. Catch us streaming live at WBKO.com. WBKO News, local, first, now. Just like you, we're always in the game.
Stand up and cheer. Live play-by-play coverage of Hilltopper football is brought to you by the Graves Gilbert Clinic. Big Red, Big Health. From Graves Gilbert Clinic, your official healthcare partner of WKU Athletics. The Mint. Big jackpots and big fun at the Mint Gaming Hall. The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety. Please drive safely. 811 before you dig. It's easy, it's free, and it's the law. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission. Leachman Buick GMC. At Leachman Buick GMC, discover quality, drive confident. And by South Central Bank, the bank Hilltoppers have depended on for over 50 years. Member FDIC. Alongside analyst Terry Obie and sideline reporter Jared Holland, here's the voice of the Hilltoppers, Randy Lee.
It is Hilltopper football time from Houghton Smith Stadium. Game 2 of the season for the Hilltoppers. They look to go to 2-0 after the win last week against Sam Houston. The three captains for the Hilltoppers just met at the 50-yard line, and they are deserved captains. Tyson does not have the same captains for every game. You have the Conference USA Special Teams Player of the Week, Cole Maynard, the Hilltopper punter. 5 punts for an average of 50 yards per punt last week. Jalen Lewis, the new safety for the Hilltoppers. He was the Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week. And quarterback Maverick McIver was last week's Offensive Player of the Week in the conference. They are all captains here today. We have Jared in the booth with us. Mike Cleff is on the sideline. And Mike, you were just out there for the coin toss.
Yeah, absolutely. North Alabama won the coin toss. They're deferring until the second half. And as far as weather, the wind has picked up in the last half hour. I would say the wind is a minor factor, but not a major factor. And like last week, the far sideline, at least for the early part of the game, the sun is definitely going to be a factor for those receivers that have to peek back to try to make a catch.
79 degrees right now at game time. And with the wind right now at about 9 miles an hour, and Jared, it's more of a wind sort of blowing from the old part of the stadium to the new. It's a crosswind.
Yeah, it is. And based on what we're seeing from North Alabama where they're kicking off, it looks like they're going to be kicking with the wind behind them. So WKU will be throwing with the wind in their face. That being said, that was basically what it was last week. The weather looks almost identical to what it was last week, and obviously the Tops offense came out pretty hot.
Hilltopper football brought to you by Anthem. And did you know there's 10,080 minutes in a week? And you only need to exercise for 150 minutes to meet the recommended amount of weekly physical activity. Take a quick walk or a bike ride to get moving. For the Hilltoppers, drifting back to the 1-yard line is DeMarco Williams. He was an aggressive kickoff returner a week ago. Booting it away for the purple-clad Lions is Ian Vachon, transfer from Auburn. Right foot into the ball, and we are underway as he kicks it toward the Guthrie Bell Tower south end zone. It's over the head of Williams, and it's through the back of the end zone, and it's a touchback. Last week, he returned about 3 of those.
He did, and the last one was a great one, but the first 2 were about 15-yard returns, and obviously, you know, WKU wants the ball as far down the field as possible. Much better to take it on the 25-yard line than take a chance at something like that. I'm sure he got coached up during the week.
The ball will be snapped in the shadows that the press box creates on Fikes Field. We are above the home bench for the second year. McIver in the gun. The center's Elijah Williams. He'll be back in his hometown next week at Toledo. And they will run it right side. And it's a backside pursuit and a tackle made after a very short gain on a run to the right by Marvis Parrish, who in his first Hilltopper game as a true freshman last week, 52 yards rushing, 58 yards receiving. Parrish stopped after a 1-yard gain, and it is second down and 9. Receiver left, receiver right, tight end left. McIver back, looking left, firing left on the money. Barry McSketch at the 30. He is pulled down and out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. So he'll be about 3 yards shy of a first down. Devon Martin out of Orlando, Florida made the stop. He's a transfer from Murray State. He's also played at Arkansas State, a junior college, and also MTSU, so he's well-traveled.
Yeah, nice hands by Barry catching that over his backside shoulder, and good placement by the quarterback, McIver, to get it in there.
3rd and 3 for the white-clad Hilltoppers. From their 32-yard line, the game is just underway. It's a 3-man rush. He steps on the big red towel logo and threw it right into the hands. Fortunately, it was dropped by Fred Villa, who is a sophomore defensive end, hit him right in the hands.
Very fortunate for WKU that wasn't an interception, and McIver obviously was under pressure. The defensive line was able to get free and get in his face, almost knocked him down. But very fortunate for WKU that wasn't a turnover. They'll actually get a chance to come out here and let Cole Maynard do his thing and get the ball on the field and switch field position.
Jabari Hill, a linebacker who made the first tackle of the game, is now down on his hands and knees. at the 37-yard line. He was not involved in the play. He was not pass rushing, and he was not in pass coverage where the ball was thrown.
Yeah, one thing I noticed on that last play, North Alabama wasn't doing anything crazy. They really were only rushing 30 or 4 maybe that I saw. Everybody else was dropping into coverage, and so they didn't have a blitz on. That was really more of the defensive lineman beating an offensive lineman man-to-man there to get the pressure on McIver.
And he is gingerly walking to the sideline. Appears to be a right leg injury of some sort. Back to return the punt for North Alabama as a starting wide receiver, Justin Pegues. He's a senior from Birmingham, Alabama. He's at the 22-yard line. Cole Maynard uncorked a 71-yard punt a week ago. They'll snap it from the 32. Rex Robick gets it to Maynard, steps to his right and bombs it. It is extremely high and deep. Fair catch and a fumble, and the Tops may have it at the 13-yard line. It popped off his left shoulder pad, and it's picked up and recovered by the Hilltoppers in the red zone. Down there covering the play for the Hilltoppers was Braxton Myers.
Brady, I got to tell you, when I was watching that returner there, I thought he was giving a lot of respect to Maynard. He was on the 22-yard line while WKU was kicking off on the other 32, and he still wasn't deep enough. He had to run backwards to get that ball, and that's what caused him to fumble the ball in the sense that he was not set and he had pressure coming in. So what a great kick by Cole Maynard to give WKU the opportunity to recover that fumble.
50-yard punt and a fumble by Pegues. It's 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers at the 13-yard line of UNA. Here's a run to the left, and he's clobbered in the backfield, and it's a 4-yard loss. Parrish trying to run it from right to left, and those purple-clad defenders were in the backfield in the bat of an eye. Middle linebacker Seth Hampton out of Alabaster, Alabama, exploded into the backfield and stopped running back Parrish for a 3-yard loss.
And once again, North Alabama's not doing anything fancy. They're not stunting or bringing extra blitzes or anything. They're just beating right now the offensive line on the left side of the offensive line, man-to-man.
Second down for the Hilltoppers at the 17-yard line. They need 14 for a first down. Just getting started. 90 seconds into the game. McIver back, firing short. Caught at a 13-yard line. Once again pulled down by Musa Berry. Short gain for the Hilltoppers. And it'll be Brian Dilworth, a nickelback, a transfer from the Kansas Jayhawks with the tackle. Pick up a 4, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Hilltoppers at the UNA 13-yard line.
Nice job, McIver, to get the ball out. He was under pressure under that pass as well.
Over the ball is redshirt freshman center Elijah Williams. Snap to McIver, 3-man rush. Firing over the middle, right at the goal line. Did not get in there. It's a first down. He rifles it over the middle to tight end Noah Myers. It'll be 1st and goal for the Hilltoppers as he made that catch in between the hash marks. He's at the 1. 1st and goal for WKU. And here comes the 3 tight end alignment coming in. It'll be West and Wolf to join Myers, who just made the catch for a total of 12 yards and a first down.
Well, great to see the tight end getting involved in the ball game early. I don't believe they got involved at all last game. So to see that kind of mismatch and be able to get out there and catch the ball, great job by Noah Myers.
They're an old-fashioned eye. McIver's under center from the 1-yard line. Snap to McIver. He will hand it off, and walking in and scoring the touchdown is George Hart. Hart checked in, senior, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ran in behind left guard Lawrence Seymour, who had the highest grade performance for the Hilltoppers as an offensive lineman last week out of Miami Gardens, Florida. 6'2" and 333. He led the way, and it's an easy score for George Hart. And the Hilltoppers take advantage of the Pegues fumble punt and go 14 yards for the touchdown.
Hey, great job of the offensive line there. The Hilltopper offensive line last year struggled on those those short yardage situations, not getting a push on the ball. So to come out there and create the space and get the touchdown, great job to get to do that on that drive.
And John Cannon is perfect with the extra point. So the Hilltoppers take advantage of the fumble punt and only have to go 14 yards to score. We have a break, 11:58 to go in quarter 1. The Hilltoppers over the Lions, 7-0 on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
This week's Houchins charity champion is the Fant Foundation. The Fant Foundation was founded in 2021 by George and Chastity Fant. Their goal is to strengthen and uplift today's youth by showing kindness and support through every action in the communities they are a part of. They strive to continue the legacy of the Dream Big Camp and generate more community support through their events. Houchins Industries and WKU are proud to recognize the Fant Foundation as a charity champion. Learn more at fantfoundation.org.
Pass to the outside is picked off. Holy moly!
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
WKU is home for big dreamers, for those who shape the future, who set their sights high, accept challenges, fuel their passions, for those with a desire to create a better tomorrow. You don't come here to prepare for one thing. You come here to prepare for everything. You belong on this hill, where we engage, learn, grow, and celebrate together. Climb with us at Western Kentucky University.
Whether you are traveling for work or leisure, Three Springs Hospitality and our hotels would love to be your home away from home. Each hotel is unique and offers a variety of different amenities to all types of travelers. Parking and Wi-Fi are always free. Home2 Suites by Hilton and Holiday Inn Express and IHG Hotel also offer free breakfast. Our Candlewood Suites even feature fully equipped kitchenettes in all guest rooms. The best part is that WKU's campus is 10 minutes away from any of our hotels. So be sure to book your travel in the fan zone under the Travel Center on the WKU Athletic website.
It's 7-0 Hilltoppers. By the way, Dave Herrard is the Hilltopper who recovered that fumble punt by McGeese at the 13-yard line. SA Recycling is where scrap equals cash. They'll pay cash for your copper, aluminum, scrap, steel, and old cars. Find them online at sarecycling.com. SA Recycling, where they crush the competition. Mike Klepp on the sidelines with us tonight. Mike, feel like the wind and sun had any factor in McGeese fumbling that punt?
The wind, no. The sun, I think, definitely was a factor. It was right at that angle. And credit Dave Herrard. He pounced on that right away. Cole Maynard's punt in the air, by my count, carried 51 yards. So he picked up right off where he left off last Saturday. Randy?
It'll be a kickoff for the Hilltoppers from the 35-yard line from right to left, kicking it toward the berm. It is high and relatively short, taking it to 6-yard line. They'll return to the 15, to the 20, out to the 25, around the 23-yard line, actually. So it was a shorter kick than we saw last week from Jack Cassidy. Did not get that one to the goal line. And it'll be UNA football at the 23-yard line following the kickoff return.
Yeah, I got to wonder if that was somewhat intentional. When he was approaching the ball, he wasn't running at it like he was the last game that I noticed. So I'm curious to know if that was a design type of kick that was higher in the air and let the coverage team try to get the receiver or the returner.
Ari Patu is the quarterback. He is a 6'4", 220-pounder out of Folsom, California. He takes a snap, he hands it off. It's a run right up the middle, and the running back takes it over the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's Juice Allen, 5'9", 200-pounder. Played through a bad knee last year and still gained 545 yards in the ground. And Allen picks up 4 at second down and 6 for the Lions.
And UNA's coming out in a tempo offense, trying to get the ball out as quickly as possible as well.
Drew Lawson over the ball at center. They stack their wide receivers tight on the left side. And blitzing in the backfield to Marco Williams, the nickelback. He did not make the tackle, but he slowed down Juice Allen, knocked him backwards, and then linebacker Miller Malone cleaned up. And that'll be a loss of about 7 yards. And it's third down now and 13 for UNA.
Yeah, they tried to fake the sweep there, and obviously WKU read it the entire time and came upfield, made the play, and now you got a long-distance situation for UNA on third down.
A week ago, the Hilltoppers had 7 tackle for losses in the win over Sam Houston. Here's a screen pass. The Hilltoppers screen it, but they break a tackle, and Juice Allen over the 30 to the 32-yard line. He needs to get to the 33, and he did for a first down. Screen pass to Allen goes for 13 yards.
Yeah, that was a busted play on the coverage there. They had some really nice blocking on the defensive backs, those wide receivers did, and able to get the extra yardage in order to get the first down.
Needed 13, picked up 13. Lions now flank out a tight end and a receiver to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right, and the running back is off the right shoulder of Ari Patu. Patu looking left, firing a bullet to the far sideline. The tight end will make the catch. He's wrapped up by corner Kent Robinson, but it's a good gain on first down to tight end Caleb Heatherly, who's mostly a blocking tight end, only 5 catches a year ago. That goes to the 38 for 5, and it's second down and 5 yards to go. Direct snap, Patu running it, creamed as he crosses the 40 behind his right guard. He makes it to the 41-yard line. Coming up from the secondary safety, Jalen Lewis to stop him. Patu gets to the 41, and it'll be third down and 2 following his 3-yard gain.
Yeah, interesting formation for UNA on that one. They had the tight end on the line on the right side, and they had trips right, so they overloaded the right side. The tight end was actually ineligible. Pretty obviously they're going to be running the ball there, and nice job blocking and getting the yards they needed.
Third and 2, motion from right to left. They will run a jet sweep. He turns the corner. He's over the 45, and there's a flag. I believe there's a block in the back from wide receiver K.J. Fields on that jet sweep. 9:18 to go in quarter 1. Hilltoppers up 7-0 as the Lions are driving the ball. They've had a couple of first downs. We'll see if this one comes back, however.
Yeah, that's some speed there from K.J. Fields, though. Really quick getting around that corner there. And it looks like to be defensive holding, actually, so UNA is going to get a first down. But again, they've got to be mindful of K.J. Fields, like we talked about earlier. He's a gadget guy, very quick, able to get around the edges, and also able to throw a ball downfield. So they're going to set that up on those sweeps, and then they're eventually going to throw it down the field when WKU's not expecting it.
That was a 15-yard penalty after the jet sweep. So now the ball's marked at the Western Kentucky University 38-yard line. That big tight end, Heatherly, lined up on the right side off the right shoulder of the right tackle. They empty the backfield, and Patu rolls right and throws it short to the 36-yard line. Grabbed there by K.J. Fields. Wrapped up quickly by nickelback DeMarco Williams. Gain of 4 to the 34. 2nd and 6 for the Lions.
And right now, UNA is mixing it up. Every single formation is different, trying to keep WKU's defense off balance, doing a nice job of mixing up both the runs and the passes.
Holloman at one end. It's needed another for WKU. They've got Solofilo is at one tackle, Hardy the other. Jet sweep, they fake it. Patu runs up the middle, and he's going to be undercut and stopped at the 33-yard line. Picks up 2, be about 3rd and 4 for North Alabama. To make that tackle underneath was middle linebacker Jalen Wester, the transfer from the Colorado Buffaloes.
One of the things we saw last week against Sam Houston, this defensive line is really able to get a lot of disruption, get in the backfield. And so far right now, this UNA offensive line is not letting them get any pressure on the quarterback.
It's a veteran offensive line with 3 returning starters. They are in the pistol. The running back is Allen, right behind the quarterback, Patu. 3rd and 4 for North Alabama. Hilltoppers showing a blitz. They will run an option to the left. Here's the pitch on the outside to Allen. Got a great wipeout block. 25-20, 15-10. Touchdown saving tackle by the Hilltopper safety, Dave Herrard. A great wipeout block on the option to the left side.
Yeah, once again, they're hitting these edges really, really quick right now. WKU's not able to get up the field, and those wide receivers are all over our defensive backs on the edges, allowing the running back to hit those open gaps.
Juice Allen with a 25-yard carry. It's now first down and goal for North Alabama at the Hilltopper 8-yard line. WKU winning 7-0. Play action. Patu throws it short. Good open field tackle by the safety, Herrard, who recovered the fumble to set up the Hilltopper 13-yard touchdown drive. Heatherly pulls it in for a second catch of the drive, but this one only goes for a yard to the 7, and it's 2nd and goal.
And that's a big boy right there at tight end. He's 6'6", 260 pounds, and looks every bit of it. He looks like he's an offensive lineman out there catching those balls, but pretty mobile for the type of player and size that he is.
This is the 9th play of the drive for UNA. Got a wide receiver. Pegues going in motion to the left. Snap. Here's our option to the right. A different quarterback's in the game, and the run up the middle did not work. Destin Wade is now in at quarterback. He's a transfer quarterback out of Spring Hill, Tennessee. Played at Kentucky a couple of years. Played at Colorado last year. They bring him in, and the run did not work up the middle, and it's now 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line. And now they remove Wade at quarterback and bring back in Patu. They also bring back in Lewis, the running back, off his left shoulder. They send a wide receiver in motion. That's Scott to the left side. 3 over there. They look left. They lob it in the back corner of the end zone, and he airmails it over Scott's head. Tanika Scott is 6'5" and 215. Blanket coverage applied by the nickelback DeMarco Williams. It sailed over his head, and it's incomplete. And now UNA is turned down. They'll have to come out and kick a field goal.
Yeah, that was a great job by DeMarco Williams. That ball was not catchable. It was going over his head, but that wide receiver had no opportunity to catch it whatsoever. He was all over him. He was able to turn his head around and look at the ball before the ball got there, so no chance of pass interference there. Great job by DeMarco Williams.
Ball's in the middle of the hash marks. It is Ian Vachon. This will be a 25-yard three-pointer. Good snap put down. Vachon drills it, and it is up, and it is good. Vachon nails it from 25 yards away with 5 minutes and 58 seconds left in quarter one. An impressive drive by North Alabama from their 23 down to the WKU 6. 7-3 Tops in front. We'll take a break on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
You only have so much time. That's why Hills makes science-backed nutrition to help give you more love than humanly possible. With our clinically proven antioxidant blend helping pets live healthier as long as possible. Because you're only human, there's Hills. Hills, because science does more.
That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Finding reliable care for your loved ones shouldn't be a challenge. At Comfort Keepers, we understand the importance of comfort, safety, and companionship right in your home. Whether it's helping with daily chores, providing companionship, or offering specialized care, our compassionate team is here for you. With Comfort Keepers, your loved ones can enjoy independence while receiving the support they need. Our caregivers are dedicated to making every day brighter. Discover peace of mind with Comfort Keepers. Visit us at comfortkeepers.com to learn more or call 270-782-3600 to schedule a free consultation. Make every day extraordinary with Comfort Keepers.
With 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana, Wright Implement has everything you need to keep your home and property in tip-top shape. Stop by this week to see our quality mowers, gators, small tractors, and generators from John Deere. Chainsaws, blowers, and line trimmers from Steel, Honda mowers and generators, and so much more for your home and property. Plus the latest John Deere clothing and toys for the kids. We are the home place. Wright Implement. Online at wrightimp.com.
Kohl's has the back-to-school styles that spoil them at prices that'll spoil you, from jeans and tees to sneakers and more, which means you can do it all without overdoing your budget when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
What an impressive drive from North Alabama. 13 plays, 70 yards in 5 minutes and 54 seconds. They had 5 passing plays and 8 on the ground. And they end up getting 3 points.
And if there was any thought that they were going to keep it vanilla, that certainly went out the window of that first series. They mixed it up very, very nicely. Really kept the WKU defense on their heels. And a nice job really by that UNA offensive front in allowing the quarterback and the running backs to get the holes and have enough time to throw the ball down the field.
It's windy enough that it's blown the ball off the tee as Vachon gets ready to boot it away. How would you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? It's easy to do. Just go to syncmygame.com. That's syncmygame.com and find out how. WKU leading 7-3 over UNA, University of North Alabama, out of Florence. High spinning kickoff. It's in the end zone and out. That'll be a touchback for the Tops. They'll take it for 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Early on, when you look at the play down in the trenches, North Alabama's getting it done.
On both sides of the ball, both on the defensive side, they're getting penetration, I felt like, against this offensive front for WKU. MacGyver's done a nice job of getting the ball out quickly, but they have gotten penetration. And then again, on their offensive side, they did not let WKU's defensive front do the same. So look to see how that develops through the course of this game, because right now that is an advantage for North Alabama.
Elijah Williams at center, Lawrence Seymour left guard, Quincy Jenkins right guard, Devin Smith right tackle, Marshall Jackson left tackle. 1st and 10 Tops from their 25-yard line. McIver back in the pocket, firing it deep down the middle. A little too high. Barry tried to make a great one-handed catch off his fingertips as he's wearing the bright red gloves tonight with his white uniform. And it's 2nd down and 10.
And right now, North Alabama is daring WKU to run the ball. They're dropping 8 into coverage, not bringing any blitzes or anything fancy right now, but really trying to drop all those defenders into coverage and force WKU to find those open pockets.
And right now, they're only playing with a down 3 front. McIver turns and hands it off and did not get back to the line of scrimmage. So even though they only have a down 3, they're getting in the backfield quickly. And for the 3rd time, Marvis Parrish is slammed down. That'll be no gain. 3rd down and 10 for the Tops.
Yeah, they only had 3 guys on the line that were sitting there rushing, but they did have a middle linebacker and outside linebacker that both hit the gaps and covered up Parrish, not allowing him to get any yards at all.
Seth Hampton's their tremendous middle linebacker. 3rd and 10, WKU from their 25-yard line. They needed 7-3 in the first quarter. Here comes an all-out blitz. McIver down the left sideline. 1-on-1 coverage and a pass. It's not catchable as it sails out of bounds into the Hilltopper bench. 1-on-1 coverage against the corner Martin. And the Hilltoppers will now have to punt it for the 2nd time.
Right. McIver saw the open guy going down the field. Obviously, he was not able to get the ball out in time and actually throw it out of bounds. But a nice job by that UNA defense bringing all that blitz. Now, where there is an opportunity, some of those crossing routes, but he's got to have enough time to be able to get the ball out.
McGeese, who fumbled the first punt, is back. Here is Maynard. His first punt went for 51. This will not turn over. It's a line drive punt that takes a great Hilltopper bounce. It hit the turf at the 37. It rolls down inside the UNA 25, and it's touchdown at the 20. So it all worked out for a 55-yard punt. It'll be 1st and 10 for North Alabama. When we return, 5:05 to go in quarter 1. WKU leading North Alabama 7-3. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads can quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Runner banks over 2. That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
When it comes to your property, one call does it all. Stuart Ritchie Service Group. From heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical to fire protection, alarms, commercial refrigeration, and more. We've got the tools and the team to get it done. Serving commercial, industrial, and residential clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 270-393-0285 or visit StuartRitchieService.com. Stuart Ritchie Service Group, your one-call service solution.
Introducing Pizza Hut's new Crafted Flats. 5 handcrafted recipes for mature appetites only. We've censored this commercial to prevent children from hearing about the grown-up flavors, including the ultimate, loaded with peppers, and for limited time, the Nashville Hot, stacked with and the Chicken Bacon Ranch, topped with bacon and drizzled with French. Order all 5 crafted flats for $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. No one out-pizzas the Hut. $5 pricing available until 5 p.m. only. Prices may vary after 5 p.m. Additional charge for extra toppings and cheese. Product availability, prices, and participation vary. Taxes, tip, and delivery fees not included.
If you're on the go and want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country, download the free Varsity Network app, available on Apple and Android. With new features this season, it's easier than ever to listen and keep up with your favorite teams, including the Hilltoppers. Don't miss a moment. Get the Varsity Network app now. Randy and Jerry with you tonight. Mike's on the sidelines. Cole Maynard, very nice year last year, his first at WKU. He averaged 50 yards a punt last week. And here, Jared, tonight he's had 2 punts, 1 for 51 and 1 for 55 yards.
And what a weapon he is. That first one was 50 yards in the air, but the second one, hit 35 yards and rolled another 20, got the same effect. So great job by Cole Maynard and really flipping the field here. But I got to tell you, this is a drive that's very important for WKU. They got to get some confidence back.
They fake a run. They're now going to run a jet sweep. And rounding the corner is their wide receiver, KJ Fields, who's shown some speed. He's able to turn the corner and get to around the 28-yard line. So they fake the an off-guard run, and then on the jet sweep, Fields comes around from right to left and takes the handoff. and picks up 8.5 yards.
And he had DeMarco Williams chasing him. DeMarco Williams was not able to catch him. So it just shows right there what kind of speed this UNA offense has.
Second and a long one from the 34-yard line. Actually, that was a first down run. My apologies. At the 34, it's a 14-yard run. Here comes the corner blitz. They throw it the other way, and it's incomplete. And a flag. I believe they're going to get corner Kent Robinson for face guarding.
Yeah, he's going to turn his head around. That ball was thrown. He never looked back. And so, I don't know that it was really a catchable ball, but at the same time, he's got to turn his head around or they're going to call that all day long.
This will be the 7th first quarter first down for North Alabama on the penalty from Robinson.
And WKU's got to be careful. This is the type of game where, you've got a big opponent next week in Toledo. You had a great game against Sam Houston. And so you go into this game thinking you've got a favorable matchup. And as the game goes on, as North Alabama gets confidence and realizes they can play with the tops, it really starts to give them, again, confidence and allows them to really start to get the ball down the field and becomes very dangerous for WKU.
Southern Mississippi center transfer Lawson over the ball. Here's a jet sweep the other way for about 5 yards down to the Hilltopper 45-yard line. That time they had another receiver in motion. Actually, a running back, Jalen Daniels on the carry. Daniels picks up 6 yards to the Hilltopper 45-yard line. There's a Hilltopper that's down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that was number 2, Tanaka Scott. He's a 6'5", 215-pound wide receiver that was lining up against Jalen Lewis. Jalen Lewis is a 5'11", 190-pound defensive back. Was able to block him, so that's a big mismatch. Right now, what North Alabama is trying to do is they're looking for those mismatches, those bigger players against smaller players, or speed against less speed, and they're taking advantage of those. Across the field, I would say WKU's got a more athletic, a bigger team, but North Alabama is isolating those players that they have and really taking advantage of it.
Kent Robinson is the Hilltopper who's shaken up. He looks to be a bit woozy as he tries to make it to the sideline. So the co-defensive coordinators, Davis Merritt and Devon Brown, they get their work cut out for them here with this, what Tyson Hilton calls a razzle-dazzle style of offense for UNA.
It's razzle-dazzle, but I also got to say, right now it's really the trenches and the blocking on the edges that are really is what allowing UNA to do what they're doing. Those wide receivers are really covering up the defensive backs for WKU, and then the offensive line is getting a push and not letting any pressure on the quarterback. So right now that's really where WKU's losing the ball is by the physicality from UNA.
Malatumo and a tackle for the tops with Hardy, Holloman, and Gray are the ends. Deep drop, pot 2 down the middle, and it's a leaping catch at the Hilltopper 20-yard line. Pegues makes the catch against Herard. It's 1st and 10, Lions at the WKU 20. That's a 25-yard pass play.
Yeah, Pegues was right between 3 WKU defenders. Quarterback Patu there to see him as he came open, and obviously got a very big play as a result of it.
Lions now with 8 first downs. They are trailing 7-3, but they've controlled the game. The Hilltoppers able to score a touchdown on a 13-yard drive following a punt. Patu back. Pass was batted down by the leaping defensive end, Harper Holloman. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Harper Holloman was able to get in the backfield. That was one of the few times this series that they've been able to get backfield and create some pressure, and as a result, they were able to knock the ball down. If they can do a little bit more of that, they'll end up being more productive.
Boltikoff is a right tackle. He's a transfer from TCU. Ryan Walker, second-team all-conference pick a year ago at right guard. Lawson, the new center, the Southern Mississippi transfer. Colin Wright at left guard, 4-year player. And Whit Mitchum, their best offensive lineman to left tackle. A delayed run by the quarterback right up the middle. He's hit hard, but gets down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Javin Mack from the secondary made the stop. He'll get it to around the 14, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 after that 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Ari Patu took quite a pop there, but was able to get a 6-yard gain, gives him a short yardage situation here on 3rd down.
Patu injured his hand last year, broke his hand in the 4th game of the year on a running play, and that was it for him. He's been busy in the running game tonight, 3 carries and 11 yards. 3rd and 4 at the Hilltopper 14-yard line. Hilltoppers up 7-3 in the first quarter. Shotgun snap, looking, throwing left side, open receiver to the 10. He cuts inside. It's Pegues. He breaks a tackle. Pegues getting to the 6, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Lions and a very late flag. Mack made the stop after the 8-yard catch and run. late flag well after the catch.
And if this is against WKU, this is 2 big penalties already this game, and I don't recall WKU having a penalty until late in the third quarter last week.
And they only had 2 for the entire game last week. So we'll see what happens here. It is a 15-yard penalty on the receiver, KJ Fields.
Yeah, I've got to think he was probably blocking downfield illegally on that one, as they were able to spring it and get the open receiver. Fortunate for the Tops, because that was going to be a first down and goal.
So instead of first and goal at the 8, the ball is back at the 29-yard line, and it is 3rd and 19. Well, that'll change things. Scott's wide left, Fields wide right with Pegues. The running back is Allen off the right shoulder of Patu in the gun. He will fake it to Allen. He takes a deep drop. He launches it high and down the middle, and it is picked off and then dropped. Oh, my goodness. Seemingly an easy kind of interception from Lewis, who made an over-the-shoulder grab last week for an interception. That one was also an over-the-shoulder grab. There were 3 white jerseys there, no purple-clad uniforms, and Lewis not able to bring it in the end zone, and it's incomplete, and it's now 4th down and 19 for the Lions, and coming out to attempt a kick from 47 yards away will be Ian Vachon.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was actually number 17, Dave Herard, that came out and accidentally knocked it out of Jalen Lewis's hands. He was thinking he could get it as well.
From 47 yards away, it's deep enough, and it is right down the middle. So 2 field goals from North Alabama. They have cut the Hilltopper lead to 1 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this opening quarter. The Hilltoppers are clinging to a 7-6 lead, but they've been vastly outplayed.
They have, and I got to tell you, on that last field goal, he had enough distance there to probably hit it from 60. That was a great kick. And obviously, Vachon has had some success, played in the Iron Bowl, had a couple field goals a few years ago in that, and so he's used to these big-time games. But again, to your point, Randy, right now, UNA on both sides of the ball, from what I've seen, is really dominating. Very fortunate the Tops are up 7-6. It really comes down to that muffed punt. So, that was what it will get the Tops to score. But right now, UNA is really winning the field position battle and the battle in the trenches.
Vachon grew up. He wanted to go to UNA. They didn't offer him a scholarship, so he went to a Division III school, Birmingham Southern. They don't have scholarships there for athletics. They eventually dropped the program, so he walked on last year at Auburn and eventually ended up kicking for them. You mentioned the Iron Bowl, 2 field goals in that game. He had a game-winning field goal against Texas A&M. He was 6 of 8 for Auburn last year and 11 of 11 point-after touchdowns. The starting field goal kicker, healthy, now the head man, so he transferred to the school that he always wanted to go to, UNA.
Yeah, and 2 great field goals to start off this game in the first quarter for Vachon, obviously keeping it in the game.
Hart now back to field the kickoff, not Williams. He takes it 2 yards deep in the end zone and takes a knee. So here come the Hilltoppers in their 4th possession. Jared, I only have them with, is that right, 1 first down? With 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yes, I believe that's right. 1 first down. Total yardage right now. Looking to see, 1 first down. They've got -2 rushing yardage and 22 receiving yards. So again, as it stands, special teams has been where they've had some success, but on the offensive defense side of the ball, they've not.
Now let's see if the Hilltoppers can figure this purple-clad defense out. They are going to run a sweep to the right side, and there's no room. Tackle broken, though. Here comes No-No. 35-40, 45-50, and No-No Mack across the 50 down to the 47-yard line. He's a senior out of Atlanta. Hey, they had that play stopped, Jared.
They did. They had him 5 yards in the backfield. The defensive back had him all around his shoulder pads, and No-No was able to break the tackle and get down the field in a hurry.
Only the 2nd first down for the Hilltoppers is a 25-yard run on a jet sweep. They'll throw a screen to Mack here in front of us at the 50, down to the 45, and Mack takes it to the North Alabama 44 for a 6-yard pickup on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Martin on the tackle. So Mack has provided the Hilltoppers now with a little bit of spark off the bench. 2nd and 5. Down the middle. Caught wide open Hilltopper receiver Kelby Williams. Got it between the safeties, and Williams is able to gather it in between the middle of the field and take it down to the 20-yard line. So that's a pass of 25 yards to Williams. They have a lot of new skill people in the game right now, Jared, and they've added some spark.
They've had some spark, and that was an absolute bullet by McIver.
Hart with a run into the secondary, runs into a couple of purple-clad jerseys, then turns and spins and makes it down to around the 8-yard line, and Hart with a gain of 12, and that's another Tops first down with 47 seconds left in the opening quarter. Hilltoppers are winning 7-6. Hart is out. Parrish back in at the running back spot.
And the Tops are finally getting a little bit of tempo, getting a little bit of momentum, and that's really when this Top offense had most success last week, is when they were really able to move fast. They've got that tempo. They just need to keep it going now.
Over the ball is Williams. Parrish off the left shoulder. McIver in the gun. Double wide outs left. Wide receiver right. Parrish now off the right shoulder. McIver back, looking, lots of time in the back of the end zone. Hey! That is a Hilltopper touchdown. A strike right under the goalpost to the Hilltopper wideout, and it is a score, and WKU now is back up by a 13-6 score as they found Quincy Burrows, the transfer from Wisconsin, for his first Hilltopper touchdown.
And what an easy pitch and catch, but I got to tell you, they had a defensive back right in front of Burrows. Easy catch for Burrows, but McIver did a really nice job of just throwing it right over the hands of that defensive back and hitting Burrows in the back of the end zone.
A 75-yard drive in the bat of an eye. Cannon's field goal up on the berm, perfect. And with 15 seconds left in the first quarter, the Hilltoppers are in front 14-6.
Well, we finally saw, again, a little bit of momentum from the Hilltopper offense. They were struggling at first and really having a good time. But I think No Mac really kind of gave them some energy by breaking that tackle, getting that first down on that first play. And then after that, the Tops offense finally found their momentum and got down the field in a hurry.
Well, they went to the backups in that drive. Yet Burrows is not a starter. Mack is not a starter. And they both contributed, Mack running and catching. And then Burrows, the transfer from Wisconsin, grabs his first touchdown of his Hilltopper career. And the Hilltoppers now are back up by 8. It's 14-6. Burrows is out of Jacksonville, Florida. Played for Wisconsin for a couple of years. Had 22 games at Wisconsin and had 5 catches.
You know, we talked about last week how the Tops really didn't throw many screen passes. A lot of it was what Sam Houston was giving them. Right now, the UNA defense is giving them bubble coverage and giving about 5-10 yards. The WKU offensive coordinator was able to see that time and take advantage of it.
Here's a kick by Cassidy to the edge of the end zone, and Pegues will run it. He's at the 10. He's running left to right, and he's up into the open field and stopped at the 11-yard line. My goodness, great special teams coverage from Western Kentucky University on that particular tackle.
Yeah, that was a great job because Pegues has got some jets on him. If he's able to get around that edge, you've got to be careful for a guy like that. He's not very big, but he's got a lot of speed. And right now, the Hilltopper defense has had a little bit of trouble covering him.
That was Javon Mack on the special teams coverage. Mike, I would assume in just a couple of minutes here, the Hilltopper emotions on the sideline have changed a little bit following that quick strike.
They sure have, Randy. And just a couple of injury updates. A pair of players have visited the injury tent. Nazir Ward, an upper body injury, and also Kent Robinson. It looks like a left ankle injury, but he was jogging up and down the field. It looks encouraging that he'll return.
Thank you, Mike. Here's a screen pass out on the left side to the wide receiver, Pegues. Makes a catch, runs it upfield over the 12-yard line to the 18 for a pickup of 6. And that'll be the last play. What has been sort of a wacky first quarter. North Alabama's controlled the game, but the Hilltoppers are winning 14-6. And in regards to those two injuries, Ward and Robinson are the 2 starting corners for the WKU defense.
They are, but those first couple series, they were having a little bit of trouble there covering the wide receivers, and not only that, getting off the blocks from the wide receivers from North Alabama. So now it's time for the next man up for WKU to step up and show us what they can do.
Tops up after a quarter over North Alabama, 14-6 here at Fikesfield tonight. And the second quarter's around the bend here on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
Looking to earn more on your money? Liberty Federal Credit Union's free vertical checking account is now even better with an increased interest rate of 3.5% APY, letting you earn even more on your money. So what are you waiting for? Start earning more on your money today with vertical checking, only at Liberty Federal Credit Union. Some requirements apply. Annual percentage yield. No minimum balance required. Applicable on balances up to $20,000. Federally insured by NCUA.
We all know the importance of nutrition and diet for a healthy lifestyle. We also know dairy foods provide great nutrition and value. That's reason enough why Western Kentucky families choose Prairie Farms dairy products. From the rich and creamy taste of Prairie Farms yogurt and ice cream to the tangy zip of sour cream and dips, there is something fresh from the farm for everyone to enjoy. For Prairie Farms award-winning dairy products at your favorite grocery stores and retailers. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes and coupons. And remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
75 years is a long time. But that's how long Leachman Buick GMC has been serving South Central Kentucky. We will continue to offer a world-class customer experience with a non-commissioned sales team, GM-certified technicians, and a state-of-the-art collision center. Come see why over 150,000 customers have chosen Leachman Buick GMC to be their car dealership. Visit us at 2012 Scottsville Road or online at leachmanauto.com.
The Lions have had the ball for almost double the amount of time the Hilltoppers have had it. They certainly have the edge in total yards, and they've controlled the line of scrimmage, but a muff punt. 2 offensive drives for the Lions that stalled in the Hilltopper red zone, resulting in field goals and touchdowns. And then the Hilltoppers just got it together for a quick 5-play, 75-yard touchdown drive in 2 minutes. And the Hilltoppers are up by 8 right now at 14-6.
Yeah, and a couple costly penalties by North Alabama on that last offensive series. That last one pushed them back, had to force them to kick the field goal. Nice job by Vashon converting on those, especially that last one. That was a 47-yard field goal. But again, the Tops were able to find a way to get the points when they needed them. And as a result, they're up 14-6.
They are now without their 2 starting corners in Nazir Ward and Kent Robinson, both out with injuries. So they have Dylan Flowers at one corner and Javen Mack at the other. They are also going to bring in Robbie Harrison at nose tackle. First time we've seen Harrison. He's up there with Rylan Suafilo in the trenches. And the ends right now are Dominic Oliver and Vincent Sneed. It is 2nd and 3 for North Alabama. The ball's at the Lions' 18-yard line. Yeah, start the second quarter.
Be interesting to see this matchup with Dylan Flowers and the wide receiver. The wide receiver he's up against is 6'5", while he is 5'10", so a bit of a mismatch here.
They send a wide receiver motion to the right, and they bomb it down the middle, and it's a great catch at the 31-yard line. Hit blanket coverage here from Lewis, the safety, and it was reeled in by Pegues, who's having quite a game after he dropped that punt. 14 yards on that play.
Yeah, Pegues, that's his 3rd catch right there. He came into that catch with 2 catches and 31 yards. It's another 15-yard catch, and he's got some speed on him.
5'10" senior out of Birmingham, Alabama. They will play off left tackle here on a run for about 3 yards, running into the gentleman sets the edge on the right side, Vincent Sneed, first year as a Hilltopper. He's a transfer out of Florida. Made the stop there, played at the University of Indiana. That was a gain of 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 9 now for the Lions from their 33-yard line. Now they have a very odd formation. Here's a snap, and the quarterback's going to run it behind his right tackle. He gets it out to the 39-yard line as defensive tackle Robbie Harrison made the stop on the running quarterback by 2. Well, what's that alignment all about?
It was a crazy alignment. They only had 3 offensive linemen on the over the ball. The other 2 offensive linemen were actually split out as wide receivers. And a formation I've never seen before, Randy.
3rd and 3, conventional formation now, and the backfield is empty. Now they bring a running back in motion. Patu's going to run it off left tackle for a big hole. He now turns the corner. They're trying to catch him for the outside, and he slides down at the 45-yard line. Chasing him down from behind is the Hilltopper safety, Jalen Lewis. And Patu right now is a handful in that running game.
He is. He came from Stanford, so he's used to that West Coast style offense. He's used to running the ball quite a bit. You're seeing that out there right now.
13-yard gain for Patu. Screen pass to Pegues in front of the Hilltopper bench, and a flag as they tried to make the tackle. and bring him down eventually at the 44-yard line as Malatumo came down from his defensive tackle spot on the sideline to eventually bring Pegues down.
Yeah, that's going to be holding on number 10, KJ Fields. He had that defensive back wrapped up with both hands. It was a pretty easy call for the referee.
That's the second time now that Fields has had a penalty. He had a block in the back earlier, nullifying a first down in the red zone. It's at the 42-yard line now of UNA, and it's first down. WKU winning 14-6. We played 2 minutes of the second quarter. Ari Patu, 6'4", 220. Big arm and fast. Only played 3 games last year. Forced injury, shelved him for the entire year. Broke a hand on a running play. Right now, North Alabama wants to take a timeout. Morgan Cruz is their offensive coordinator. Brent Dearman, an offensive-minded head coach.
And Randy, I got to tell you, when you look at Ari Patu, you know who he reminds me of? Caden Salter. He reminds me a lot of him from Liberties. You know, he's a big guy, got a lot of speed, pretty decent arm, but not really known for his throwing. The passes he's had so far have been on target, but he's a very athletic quarterback.
You mentioned Salter. He's now the head man and quarterback at Colorado.
Yes, he is.
Quarterback for Colorado. They lost last night, by the way, in a close game to Georgia Tech. All right, we'll take a break. We have 12:48 to go in the first half. Western Kentucky University leading North Alabama 14-6. So the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity Out.
What if opening a checking account came with a perk? At South Central Bank, our popular Green Tree checking account now comes with more added value. That's right, things like cell phone protection, telehealth, roadside assistance, fuel savings, and enhanced identity theft support are all part of Green Tree checking. No hassle, no stress, just perks for doing something you were going to do anyway. Stop by any South Central Bank branch or visit us online at southcentralbank.com. Banking with rewards. South Central Bank, official bank of WKU Football. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pass to the outside is picked off. Holy moly!
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
The fantasy of football is upon us. Drafts will be flowing in living rooms and man caves everywhere, including Buffalo Wild Wings on Scottsville Road. Happy hour 3P to 6P and late nights 9P to close. You can load your lineup with $2 off all tall drafts and margaritas, $3 shorty shots. How about some Fireball, $4 well drinks, $5 premiums, and $6 appetizers? If that's not enough to make your draft grade an A+, become a Blazing Rewards member and get bottomless apps. BuffaloWildWings.com.
For over a decade, Cheetah Clean has been keeping Bowling Green clean, proudly serving you with 7 convenient locations in Bowling Green and Glasgow. We're thrilled to announce that the Cheetah Clean experience just got even better. Now introducing detailing services. Visit our brand new detail shop at Scottsville Road. Plus, as a Cheetah Clean member, you'll receive exclusive discounts on detailing services and free roadside assistance. Go Tops!
The Lions off the sideline in that first quarter. They ran 19 plays to the Hilltoppers 15. Last week in the WKU win over Sam Houston, the Hilltoppers had 81 plays from the line of scrimmage. But this game at the present time not working out in that direction for the Hilltoppers to run that many offensive plays in the game. North Alabama sort of controlling it right now. He's back to pass. He throws it to the near sideline, and it's a little high and wide. It incomplete. Good coverage there by Dylan Flowers. Now forced to come in and play a lot more than he usually plays. Let's take a look at the Leachman keys to Hilltopper win that Tyson talked about at the pregame show. WKU must, once again, no penalties, turnovers. You keep those at a minimum, and also be prepared and have good eyes, not get out of their lanes against gadget plays.
Well, and so far they're winning the turnover battle. Obviously, that was a key turnover there on that punt, and then penalties have really cost North Alabama more than WKU so far. So as it stands right now, the keys of the game are going to WKU's favor.
Here's a jet sweep, and it's going to go for about 3 yards. Coming up, making the stop is Jalen Lewis, last week's conference defensive player of the week. Time on the running play, it goes wide to the right for a pickup of 3, and it is 3rd down and 18 for North Alabama.
And nice job by Jalen Lewis to get off the block there. That's something he struggled with the first quarter. was able to get off the block and make the tackle.
North Alabama rotating running backs in and out of the game. Right now they have L.T. Sanders in the game, the former WKU running back. He was here on the Hill for 3 years. Had a 120-yard game against UAB once. Four-man rush gets to him, and he's going to be sacked by Harper Holloman at the 32-yard line. That'll be a 12-yard loss. Holloman getting through the sophomore from Atlanta. Tyson Hilton thinks the world of Holloman, thinks he can be a special edge rusher, and he was dominant there, blowing through the line and sacking Patu back at the 34-yard line for a 10-yard loss.
And that was just a four-man rush. There was no blitz on that play. Harper Holloman was just able to beat his offensive lineman, get in the backfield, and make that play.
Adam Watford for his first punt of the game. They'll snap it from the 34-yard line. Hilltoppers are winning 14-6, 11:26 to go in the second quarter. Flag down as Watford bombs it. Going way back is No Mac to retrieve it at the 13-yard line. Fakes right, comes left down the sideline, breaks a tackle over the 20 and out to the 25-yard line before he's out of bounds. We have a penalty down though at the line of scrimmage.
And it looks to be a false start on North Alabama, so you got to think maybe WKU will take that given how nice that punt was and force them to kick it again.
11 minutes and 15 seconds are left in this second quarter. WKU with a 13-yard touchdown drive following a fumbled punt recovered by Herard. And then a 75-yard drive in 5 plays as McIver hit Burrows for the 9-yard score. We have a timeout. The Berm's still filling up here in the first half. The Hilltoppers are up by 8 right now, 14-6. And back with more right after this from the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, or putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
30, 20, 10, 5. Hey! That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Ever feel like gluten-free baked goods taste like cardboard? Not anymore. Awaken Bakery in downtown Bowling Green is the gluten-free bakery you've been waiting for, filled with a yummy, healthy, 100% gluten-free goodness. We have everything from sweet treats, sandwiches, coffee, and more, all totally gluten-free and absolutely delicious. WKU students, you can use your Flex Meal Plan dollars with your Student Grub Hub account. Come visit us at 300 East Main Avenue in downtown Bowling Green for a warm welcome and something fresh. Awaken Bakery, gluten-free, has never tasted this good.
Hey, Bowling Green, need news that's as fast-paced as the game? Tune in to WBKO News, your number one news source for breaking news, weather updates, and all in-depth coverage you crave. We're on the front lines, bringing you the latest headlines as they happen. Stay connected, stay informed, and never miss a beat. Catch us streaming live at WBKO.com. WBKO News, local, first, now. Just like you, we're always in the game.
South Central Bank is the official bank of WKU football, the exclusive provider of the official WKU Athletics debit card. Pick up your WKU debit card at any South Central Bank location, member FDIC. The Hilltoppers are up right now by 8 points at 14-6, and they have the ball, the Hilltopper 29-yard line, 11:15 to play here in quarter 2. Next week they go to Toledo. I thought the game of the year was played here last year against Toledo. The excitement, the way it ended, the Hilltoppers getting a couple of red zone picks at the end of the game to secure that victory. Toledo, one of the better teams in the MAC, and they played Kentucky today, lost that one 24-16.
Yeah, they had a lot of players returning from that last year's team. We're really planning on going after the MAC and having a chance of really doing some special things. Today was a tough loss for them, but you got to think they're going to come back motivated next week.
So the Tops will be at the Glass Bowl in Toledo next week. Here's a screen pass on the right side. Pulled in there by K.D. Hutchinson. That's his first touch of the day. And he turned the corner, and he was absolutely depleted by Brian Dilworth. as he's knocked out of bounds after the 6-yard pickup. It's 2nd down and 4.
Nice catch below his knees, but a really, really nice block by number 0, Matthew Henry, to spring him and get those extra yards.
2nd and 4 for the Hilltoppers from the 35. They just went 75 yards for the touchdown drive. McIver in the gun, running back off his left shoulder. Blitz, lobs it down the right sideline. Leaping catch as he inbounds her out. He makes the catch. A leaping grab on the near sideline by Matthew Henry. Wow, what a catch.
That was a catch that would have counted in the NFL. He was getting hit in the air, was able to get both feet down, it looks like, and get that catch in. That was a heck of a catch by number 0, Matthew Henry.
27 yards. Now they're going to review that catch. As of right now, it's a 27-yard grab. He made that spectacular touchdown catch last week in Sam Houston over his right shoulder in the corner of the end zone.
You know, when he came into this season, he was really known as going to be the big play wide receiver, and so far in these first 2 games, he's lived up to that hype. The one thing that they had talked about is his need to really be a blocking wide receiver as well. They questioned that, and I've got to tell you, from what I've seen, again, these first 2 games, he's not only the big play receiver, he's also a very good blocking receiver for his fellow teammates.
Looking at the replay, very close, but he did get that foot down after making that great circus catch. He averaged 19 yards a catch last year at Western Illinois. And you know all about the Leathernecks from days gone by during the Gateway Conference days from 2001 to 2006.
Yeah, Western Illinois was always a heck of a team to go against. Obviously, in the national championship year, we saw them both in the regular season and in the playoffs. That was a tough game up in Macomb in the playoffs. Obviously, WKU was able to win it and get the national championship. And then the next few years, you know, whenever you went up there, you knew you were going to have a contest because those fans were really in your ear the entire time. And so, you know, that's Western Illinois is a great program. Respect them a lot from our time when we were in the Gateway Conference together. But glad to have Matthew Henry over here on the Hill.
I'm telling you what, Matt Henry's opened up some eyes these first 2 games.
He really has. He really has. And again, he's got an opportunity to go down there. And I think as they leave him in man-to-man, one-on-one coverage, that's a mistake on the part of UNA's defense. They're going to have to put 2 people on him to slow him down.
1,211 yards receiving last year and 6 scores for Western Illinois on 64 catches. He started his career at the Division II level at Lindenwood College, or I should say Livingstone College in North Carolina. So he's worked his way up from D3 to 1AA and out to the Hilltoppers. 1st and 10 following that spectacular catch. Here comes a flip and an end-around run from right to left. It's at the 40, and it's read nicely by North Alabama. Did not work. They tried to turn the corner. That was Cam Flowers, pitching his brother Dylan, playing defensive back, and Cam not able to turn the corner, and they sniffed that one out, and that's going to be a loss. Get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10.
You know, we talk about the portal, just to go that real quick, and how challenging that can be because players move around a lot. But one thing it does do is it allows players that maybe bloom a little bit later on to have the opportunity to show how well they can do at the lower levels and move their way up, just like we're seeing with Matt Henry.
2nd and a long 9, over the middle, open. And Hilltoppers will make the catch and get down to the 27-yard line. That's Kelby Williams. That's his 2nd catch of the night. The transfer from Old Dominion. And he just picks up 10 yards. McIver now 9 of 12 for 104. And the Tops have it now at the Lions' 27-yard line. 1st down and 10. McIver bombing it down the left sideline. It's incomplete. Leaping up in the air near the goal line, trying to make the catch in heavy traffic, was the Hilltopper wide receiver, Barry. It'll be 2nd and 10. Tight coverage there from their lockdown corner, Jermaine Ray. He did not have a single interception last year. The radio announcer said it probably cost him an all-conference first-team pick, but he locks down everyone he defends. 2nd and 10 following the incomplete pass. And it'll be McIver up the middle as he faked the jet sweep, and he gets crushed as he squares up his shoulder pads and takes it down to the 19-yard line for an 8-yard gain. And he'll remember that hit.
Yeah, the one good thing is that hit came from behind, so it's not like he got hit upside the helmet or in his throwing arm or anything like that, but he did take quite a shot on doing it. And I got to give him credit. So far right now, he has thrown the ball to 7 different receivers, and we're only in the 2nd quarter.
Bassett, the defensive tackle, stopped him. He's a 290-pounder. 3rd and 2 at the Lion 20. 8:35 to go in quarter two. Hilltoppers driving and leading 14-6. Empty backfield. McIver launching it too high and incomplete at the 14-yard line. He had Henry, and it was too high as he tried to pull it down. It's now 4th and 2, and Tyson Helton quite often will gamble and go for it at this particular point on short yardage.
Well, and not only was Henry open, number 15, Justin Wolf, tight end, was on a corner route, was wide open, and showed me quite a bit of speed on that route.
They'll go forward on 4th and 2 from the 20-yard line of North Alabama. Coming in at running back now is Wright, who's a good pass-blocking running back. Here's a snap to McIver. He steps back. He will launch it down the middle. A strike! Holy moly! It is pulled in the end zone by No Mac. And the Hilltoppers on 4th and 2 find a 19-yard touchdown pass, and they now lead it 20-6.
Yeah, No Mac was able to beat the coverage there, use his speed, got open in the back of the end zone, and great job, great eyes by Maverick McIver finding him as he came open and hitting him right on the money for the touchdown.
McIver's 5th touchdown pass of the early season, and on 4th and 2, the gamble works, and the Hilltoppers are now in front 20-6. Cannon's extra point is perfect. 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first half. No Mac, the Athens, Georgia senior, the transfer from the University of Charlotte, has turned it on here in this game. Last year he averaged 18 yards a catch for the 49ers, number 2 in yards per catch in the American Athletic Conference. 8:14 left, quarter two. Hilltoppers 21, Lions 6. And this is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield to the Varsity app.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending. But with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Attention Bowling Green, your Hot Rods have secured their spot in the 2025 South Atlantic League playoffs. September 11th, we want your support to bring another trophy to Bowling Green. General admission tickets are on sale starting at $10, or bundle it with a limited edition t-shirt for $30. Get your tickets today at bghotrods.com or call 270-901-2121.
Looking for the perfect pint and a great spot to cheer on the Tops? Head to White Squirrel Brewery at 302 State Street in downtown Bowling Green. From crisp lagers to bold IPAs and rotating seasonal favorites, there's something for every fan. Catch every WKU away game on the big screens at White Squirrel, or grab an ice-cold beer straight from our vintage fire truck tap on South Lawn during home games. White Squirrel Brewery, your home for local flavor and your football watch party.
WKU leading 21-6, 8:14 left to go in the first half, and down to the field with Mike, who has a great wide receiver with him from days gone by here on the Hill. Mike?
Randy, Mitchell Tinsley's right here next to me. He's made the Cincinnati Bengals. He was a standout here when Bailey Zappi was his quarterback. He just watched Maverick McIver throw a touchdown. Mitchell, you grinned, and you're impressed with McIver, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I got a chance to watch him last week. I mean, he's a dog for sure. I definitely want to see him continue to keep doing what he's doing.
You have earned the trust of Joe Burrow. He says great things about you. What does that mean, Mitchell?
It means a lot. I mean, this is just the beginning for me. I feel like for me, there's a lot more that I want to accomplish as far as my career, as far as this season, and as far as helping the Bengals win. So, him, getting or saying the things that he said, really means a lot to me.
Mitchell, good luck. Thanks for the time. Good luck with the Bengals.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, Mitchell Tinsley, fans, if our Hilltoppers rush for more than 100 yards, then head over to Dunkin' on Nashville Road for a free donut. With the purchase of a medium or large drink, just show them your game ticket at the window. This will be for tomorrow only, so make sure you get over to Dunkin' on Nashville Road. Brandy and Jared?
Thank you so much. Tinsley was a special receiver. Of course, the Hilltoppers that year, Zappi broke the single-season college football record for most touchdown passes and yards passing in a season. You had Stearns on one side, and you had Tinsley on the other.
You did. Tinsley was your big play receiver. Stearns was the guy that never dropped the ball. Obviously, from a quarterback or from a tight end position, you had Joey Belgian, who had some really nice plays. That was a fun season to watch.
Here's a pass down the middle, and it's knocked away by the Hilltopper safety Lewis. And that's Destin Wade, who was in for a snap earlier. The second quarterback is in there, makes a pass, it's incomplete, and now he checks back out. And let's now step out for Station ID. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app. Wade out, and Patu is back in at quarterback on 2nd and 10. Now they're going to run a wildcat. Direct snap to the running back as Patu went in motion to go out and line up as a wide receiver. And I'm telling you what, Allen was just wiped out by Rylan Suafilo, who's a transfer from Southern Utah. Wow! As he pummeled him into the turf after a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, great tackle. It does look like we've got a flag on the play. Curious to see what it is. Almost looks like it was unsportsmanlike conduct or maybe a face mask penalty on WKU away from the play. Going back to that last play before that, though, they're really trying, UNA is really trying to get Tanaka Scott in the game. He's number 2, 6'5", 215 pounds. And so far right now, Jalen's done a really nice job of locking him down and what I would say is a bit of a physical mismatch.
So Javen Mack, the corner. So the penalty will move it to the 40-yard line, and it's the first down for UNA.
Yeah, it looked like Mack and him, the wide receiver, got into it a little bit, and Mack ended up ripping his helmet off. Can't do that. It's kind of obvious.
From the 40, 1st and 10 for the Lions. They trail the Hilltoppers 21-6. A fumble in the backfield between the quarterback, Patu, and running back, Juice Allen, and Allen dives on it for a 3-yard loss.
And all that momentum that UNA had that first quarter, they've really seemed to have lost so far. At that first quarter, they had that WKU defense on our heels, and right now WKU's kind of found something, starting to get some penetration and done a nice job of locking down these receivers so far.
Suafilo has been a force. He didn't start. He's not the starting defensive tackle. He's in there right now, been in the last few series. They're reviewing, I assume, for a recovered fumble possibly. Meanwhile, Robbie Harrison back in at the other defensive tackle. Then you've got Holloman one end, who does have a quarterback sack tonight. And on the other end, up front is Jaden Gray, who had 3 tackles and a sack in the win over Sam Houston last week. 7:23 to go. We are in the first half. The Hilltoppers are winning 21-6. They've had a 75-yard touchdown drive, a 72-yard touchdown drive. A week ago in their win over Sam Houston, 3 different drives of 87 yards and another drive that totaled up 81 yards.
Well, and let's go back to that last offensive series. WKU had it 4th and 4 on the 20-yard line or so, and instead of going for a short run or a short screen pass or anything like that, they trusted McIver to make the right play, and he ended up throwing a 20-yard bomb for a touchdown. That's a gutsy call, but it also shows a lot of confidence in their quarterback, allowing him to make that kind of play in that situation.
Rick Bowie is up. Rick Bowie is his offensive coordinator. They came here sort of together from Abilene Christian. They've been working with each other now for 3 years. Evident on plays like that. It's a loss of 3. It's 2nd and 13 for North Alabama. This is their season opener.
2nd and 13, North Alabama.
They'll be in Cape Girardeau, Missouri next week against SEMO. 2nd down, 13 from the 37. Here is a snap. He looks right. There's a slant. Good coverage, but the catch was made. They went right at Flowers, the corner. Reeled in there by Scott. That's Tanaka Scott's first catch, and he really had to work for it. He picks up 6, and it's about 3rd and 8.
You know, it's interesting. You know, North Alabama was at the D2 level, had a lot of success there, 3 national championships, and now they're playing in a conference that really includes a lot of teams that WKU has historically played since we've been in.
Eastern Kentucky, Austin P. 4-man rush. He's in trouble. He's out to the left side, and he's sacked! Defensive end, Dominic Oliver, the transfer from San Diego State. The former Aztec picks up his first Hilltopper quarterback sack. That's the second one for the Hilltoppers in his quarter. And it's 4th and long for UNA. And that dominance they showed early in the game in their offensive line isn't there right now.
No, it's not. And that was just a straight-up bull rush by the defensive end to get in the backfield. He didn't try to rip or swim. He just pushed that offensive lineman back, came off the block, and made that play. And right now, the WKU front 3 and 4 are doing a really nice job of causing problems for this North Alabama offense.
Watford for the punt. Mack back at the Hilltopper 30. Kick comes to Mack. It's short. He's going to watch it bounce in front of him. It hits at the 37. It rolls down inside the 30. It goes to the 23-yard line. 47-yard punt, no return. Hilltopper ball with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left in the second quarter. WKU leading North Alabama 21-6. Next week, Toledo at the Glass Bowl. And we'll have that kickoff for you at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hilltopper football is being brought to you by Prairie Farms. Farmer-owned dairy products from Prairie Farms are made with real milk from local dairy farms. Visit prairiefarms.com and enter for a chance to win dairy prize packages. Prairie Farms, the official milk of WKU Athletics. 23-yard line for the Hilltopper offense. 5 minutes and 46 seconds are left. The Hilltoppers have all 3 timeouts remaining. McIver rolling right, lofting it down the right sideline. It's caught, a one-handed catch by KD. Run, KD, run. 20, 10, 5. Oh, my goodness. A stumbling, reach out and swipe it out of midair. One-hand grab on the sideline, and he went down the sideline, stayed in bounds. That's a 77-yard touchdown pass to KD Hutchinson.
Oh, my goodness. Number 24, Cameron Jamar, was all over him. That would have been pass interference if he hadn't caught the ball. He knocked KD down. KD fell down to his knees, got back up, caught the ball, and proceeded to score a touchdown. What a heck of a job by KD Hutchinson in getting that touchdown.
He had a 74-yard touchdown catch against Sam Houston last year, a 72-yard touchdown catch against MTSU, and he has a career-long of 77 yards here against UNA. And the Tops have exploded as we watch the replay. Stumbling down the sideline, caught it one-handed as he reached out and grabbed it and outran everyone to the end zone. And the Hilltoppers are now winning 28-6.
Yeah, that's one of those catches. That's a spirit-breaking catch. You know, when you're on the other side of the ball and you got him locked down and you think they're not going to catch it, for him to come up with that ball, get down the field and score, that's going to hurt some morale. That's going to hurt some feelings for UNA.
McIver now with touchdown throws, 3 of them. Burrows for 9. No Mack with a touchdown grab on a 4th down and 4 play from 19 yards away. And now the 77-yard touchdown strike to KD Hutchinson. And a week ago, when McIver threw for 401 yards, he had 4 passes of better than 25 yards, 26, 37, 48, and 55. And he just reeled in a 77-yard touchdown to KD Hutchinson right there.
Now, this is more down-the-field throws than I've seen since 2021 with Bailey Zappi. A lot of similarities from that. I know we've talked about it a little bit last week. Don't want to get too excited about it. But, again, this offense reminds me so much of that 2021 team. High tempo, quite fast tempo, getting the ball out quickly, hit them on the short routes. Not a lot of screen passes unless they're there, and then throwing it down the field when they get that open chance. And right now the Tops are taking full advantage of these opportunities and putting points on the board.
Lion ball following the Cassidy touchback. It's at the 25-yard line with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Ari Patu, California quarterback, Stanford transfer out there right now. He'll take it and wing it left side. A little early, maybe. No, not the case. Up to make that really nice play is Lataj Wright, who is out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Missed all of last year with an injury. And he came up there and batted that ball away.
Yeah, he did a nice job. That time it was great. It was really close, like you said, and that was against number 10, Fields. Fields is their gadget player. They were watching out for him. And so far tonight, they haven't let him do much. He's got a lot of speed, but they have not let him use that speed to get down the field.
2nd and 10, 25-yard line for the Lions. They'll send Pegues in motion. They run off tackle, and the Hilltopper defensive line stacks it for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Sneed at the defensive end spot in there, as well as the Hilltopper interior tackle, Jaden Hardy out of Savannah, Georgia. gain by Allen.
The last few seasons, WKU was a very blitz-heavy defense, and we're not seeing that right now. They're really letting that defensive front, those 4 rushers, do their job, dropping the rest of the players into coverage, and so far it's working to WKU's advantage.
Two takes it, drops back on 3rd and 10, hands the screen to Pegues. A lot of white uniforms are there, and they stop him, led by DeMarco Williams. Williams, the star or the nickel, stops him after a 5-yard gain, and it's 4th and 5 for the Lions, and the Hilltoppers will get it back with 4 minutes and change left to go in the second quarter, and they have 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, that's exactly what North Alabama does not want to do. They've got 4.5 minutes left on the clock. They're about to kick the ball back to WKU, who just had a quick strike, and allow the Tops to have another chance to score points before the end of the half.
Mack at the Hilltopper 32 as Watford will punt it. 41 yards as a punter a year ago. He booms this one. Mack coming up, fair catch at the 36-yard line. 34-yard punt, no return. Great field position for the Hilltoppers. 4 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. They have scored in this quarter on a 72-yard drive. McIver hitting Mack on a 4th and 4 pass from the 19. Then McIver hitting Katie Hutchinson on the very first play after a punt. A stumbling one-handed grab by KD down the right sideline for a 77-yard score.
And I'll be curious to see what the Tops do in this offensive series. They've got 4 minutes, 11 seconds left. But so far, they have not shown that they want to take their foot off the gas. I would expect that the WKU will come out pretty quickly and not be afraid to throw the ball down the field, try to get more points before half.
Passing dominated attack for the Hilltoppers. They've not had any success running, but McIver up around 200 yards passing right now, and 11-16 and 3 scores. Screen pass left side, caught there by Parrish. Got an outside block by the tight end. Beautiful wipeout block by Noah Myers, and Parrish to the catch. He turns upfield. He'll take it from the 36 to the 50 for a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a screen pass, but that wasn't your typical bubble screen pass where they're throwing it across the field to the wide receiver that's out farther out. That was a running out of the flats type of screen pass using the top speed.
Parrish runs it, 45 to the left to the 40. He spins around, he gets to the 35, down the sideline to the 30, and Parrish wrestled out of bounds at the 28-yard line by defensive end B.J. Dicotti, transfer from Vanderbilt.
Randy, we talked about his feet last week and how Wesley kept him moving. On that play, it looked like he used to be wrapped up after a 5-yard gain, but kept his feet churning and was able to get the extra yards.
22 yards down to the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. McIver back, rolling right through after him. He's going to run now. He stops and fires it. It's dropped, caught, bobbled, and then caught again by the Hilltopper wideout Flowers. He makes the catch before he steps out of bounds.
I don't think Flowers thought he was going to get the ball. He saw McIver running. He turned to start to block, and then McIver held up and threw the ball, and he was not ready for it.
1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. The Hilltoppers have a lot of faith in the development of Cam Flowers. Melvin Collins now in at right guard out of Terry, Mississippi. Flag on Collins. And you can understand what happened there. He felt like McIver's going to run.
Yeah, you got to protect your quarterback on that, so no harm, no foul. But like we expected, the Tops offense is coming out and not slowing down one bit. They're throwing the ball all over the field, even with 3 minutes left.
1st and 15 now from the 34. They empty the backfield, 4-man rush. McIver deep in the pocket, over the middle. Caught at the 25-yard line by Flowers. Down inside the 15 to the 12. So they went right back to Flowers, and he made that catch, and the Hilltoppers are now in good shape at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 on the 20, that's a 22-yard pass play.
I think Flowers expected the ball that time. Yeah. Nice pitch and catch by McIver to Flowers to get that first down.
It is at the 12. The Hilltoppers are moving and leading 28-6 in the second quarter. They have the tight end on the right side. That's Noah Myers. They will pitch it, and coming around the other side's KD. KD from right to left is going to go in and dive in and score. They faked the toss to the right, then handed it off to KD coming back from the left. A little razzle-dazzle, just like North Alabama showed the Hilltoppers. And KD Hutchinson runs it in from 12 yards away.
It was a nice block by number 81, Noah Myers, to spring that. But KD showed some speed there, getting through that gap, and then diving in for the touchdown as the defender from North Alabama tried to tackle him.
Hutchinson with a touchdown run, and the Hilltoppers have had a tremendous second quarter in all aspects of this game. Cannon's extra point is perfect. 2 minutes and 25 seconds are left in the second quarter, and the Hilltoppers are now leading by the score of 35-6. Big play offense for the Hilltoppers, mostly through the pass right now, but that was a touchdown run from Katie Hutchinson, and that was a 64-yard touchdown drive.
Visit your local Ace Hardware for all the best brands in grilling, like Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber, and get free delivery assembly on your grill purchase of $3.99 and up. Yeah, Randy, I got to tell you, the Tops are moving with a lot of speed, a lot of tempo. They started this game, obviously, maybe not fully focused. Came out, North Alabama really had their number at first, and the Tops responded to adversity, and that's what you want to see. We saw that last week against Sam Houston after the start of the third quarter. Saw at the beginning of the game so far here with North Alabama. But that's what you want to see from a mature team, is that ability to respond to adversity. And right now, the Tops are doing that. They're going to see a lot more of it next week against Toledo, so better to do it now against North Alabama.
35-6 lead, 2:25 to go here in this first half. Cassidy's kick high and into the end zone. They'll let it drop. Coming up at halftime, we have a special story that former WKU President Gary Ransdell will tell. You'll want to certainly tune in for that. It's all about the Guthrie Bell Tower, which is one of the signature buildings here on campus at Western Kentucky University, and the story is timely because the University of North Alabama and Florence are a part of the story.
Yeah, and what a beautiful centerpiece of the South Lawn. Obviously, the WKU has opened up that space over there, and it's a really pretty environment. Obviously, with a new Chandler Hall behind it, really outlining it, it's really become a beautiful area of campus.
So that's our conversation with former WKU President Gary Ransdell in a pre-recorded conversation I had with him earlier this week. You'll really want to, if you don't know the story, it's extremely interesting. First down carry around right in by the running back Allen for about 6 out to the 27-yard line. Second and 3 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the second quarter. WKU winning 35-6. The throw at right side, it's incomplete. Looking for Heatherly, the tight end, 4th year in the program. Wide of him as Patu threw it into the sideline, and it's incomplete. So we have a 2-minute timeout. It's 3rd and 7 for the Lions. When we return, Western Kentucky University 35 at North Alabama 6. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from the Learfield and Varsity Network.
Looking to earn more on your money? Liberty Federal Credit Union's free vertical checking account is now even better with an increased interest rate of 3.5% APY, letting you earn even more on your money. So what are you waiting for? Start earning more on your money today with vertical checking, only at Liberty Federal Credit Union. Some requirements apply. Annual percentage yield. No minimum balance required. Applicable on balances up to $20,000. Federally insured by NCUA.
Blue Moon Sanitation provides clean, friendly, and dependable sanitation services at a competitive rate. We proudly offer the newest inventory in units and trailers in the area. For job sites, small and large, we keep in stock multiple portable toilets and roll-off open-top dumpsters and compactors. Blue Moon also provides residential garbage services in Warren and Allen counties. We want your stinking business. Go to BlueMoonSoki.com to learn more about ours. Blue Moon Sanitation, the official porta potty of WKU.
Banks over a runner, banks over 2. That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
The time is now. WKU Football, WKU Volleyball. Catch the fever of fall at Roosters, a fun casual joint for all of Hilltopper Nation. See the Tops and your other favorite teams in action on Roosters' countless TVs, inside or on Roosters' covered patio. Score with a menu full of burgers, subs, salads, your favorite brew. And of course, Roosters' award-winning chicken wings. Catch the fever of fall at Roosters, a fun casual joint on 3 Springs Road in Bowling Green.
Hilltopper fans, game day just got even better. Whether you're tailgating or home gating, Liquor Barn has everything you need to raise your glass in red and white style. And Right now, save $10 off your order when you use code TAKE10. That's right, TAKE10 at checkout online or in the app. Cold drinks, top shelf spirits, snacks, and more, all at Liquor Barn. Because game day deserves greatness. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Randy with Jared Holland up top here at Fikes Field. Mike Leff on the sidelines tonight. Lake Center Studios. A minute 50 to go in the second quarter. The Hilltoppers are winning 35-6. And the Lions of North Alabama have it 3rd and 7 from their 27-yard line. Here's a snap to Patu. They're rushing him. He's in trouble. He runs to the right. He's tripped up and knocked down. If he gets by the Hilltopper rusher, he could run for a while. But Machiavelli Malatumo, the Oceanside, California defensive tackle, is able to grab him from behind. The transfer from Nevada brings him down.
Yeah, that was definitely a shoestring tackle. Malatumo did a nice job of getting his hand out and grabbing his ankle as he was running by. But to your point, if he had had that open space, that was an easy first down and then some, most likely, for Patu.
It is now 4th and 7. Machiavelli Malatumo, one of the many defensive lineman transfers. He came from Nevada. Vincent Sneed from the University of Indiana. Rylan Sulafulo from South Utah. Jaden Harvey from Grambling. Dominic Oliver, San Diego State transfer. Robbie Harrison, junior college transfer. All of those new defensive linemen this year.
A lot of new defensive linemen, and they bring a lot of speed, a lot of talent there. They've done a great job of disrupting this North Alabama offense, especially after those first few series that North Alabama had. And I've noticed that North Alabama's tempo on offense has slowed down quite a bit, where they're just trying to run it and grind it out more. It almost feels like they're trying to get the game over with quicker.
Here's a fake punt. Patu throwing it to the near sideline, and it's knocked away, and the Tops have stopped them. You've got to watch out for this team because of all their gadget plays. They snapped it to Patu, and the throw comes deep on the left sideline in front of the Hilltopper bench, and they were ready for it, and it was knocked down there by Brandon Myers.
Yeah, Bryson Myers, he just did a great job of sniffing that out. I got to give North Alabama credit. You know, they're down 35-6. They've got 2 minutes left in the first half. They feel like they've got to score, and they go ahead and go for it. I mean, that's a gutsy call. Obviously, it didn't work out for him, and again, Myers did a nice job of doing what he's supposed to and playing disciplined defense, but a very gutsy call by North Alabama that didn't work out for their favor.
As you mentioned, it's Braxton Myers out of Coppell, Texas, the transfer from Southern Mississippi. His first year with the Hilltoppers as well. First down pass, McIver to the 24-yard line to the tight end who's been busy tonight. Myers blocking and catching, and Myers upended after that catch of about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that was number 9, Brian Dilworth for North Alabama, who had something to say to him, and I'm sure that Myers will probably try to get his revenge here on this next play.
2nd and 8 from the 24. McIver pumping, throwing. Nice diving catch by the aforementioned Noah Myers at the 17-yard line. Picks up 7.
Yeah, that's just motivation. When you're down and you're talking trash to the other team, and you know, WKU hears that, they're going to want to come out and try to get a little bit more revenge. And Myers definitely got his on that last play.
The Trinity High School Shamrock made that catch. Timeout. 65 seconds are left in the first quarter, or first half rather. The Hilltoppers have it 3rd down and 1. Myers at 6'5" and 238. Only 7 catches last year, but that was earlier than he got hurt. And in fact, he was a preseason second-team pick in the conference based off just what they felt like he could develop into.
Right. I mean, when you talk about his ceiling, it is very, very high. And obviously, he was playing with River Helms last year. River Helms really was the starter until obviously the Sam Houston State game where he got injured. But Noah Myers is a guy that I feel like has NFL caliber talent. You know, staying healthy is a huge component of it, but we just saw on that last play for him to dive and get down like that. That was a very athletic catch for the first down, or for the 8-yard pickup.
Known as tight end U for many years, Western Kentucky University. One of their proud tight ends, Jack Doyle, going into the Athletic Hall of Fame this year, isn't he?
He is. So that'll be announced sometime in the next few weeks, along with the other inductees for this year. But Jack Doyle obviously had an incredible career and a tough time for WKU in many ways. That was the beginning of this FBS transition. And so Captain Jack, as they like to call him, came out and was really a leader allowed WKU to really get some momentum, was part of that team that beat Kentucky. If we all recall, that was one of my all-time favorite wins on the Hill here. Or actually, I guess it was up at Commonwealth Stadium, which makes it even better.
The night that the Hilltoppers turned the grass in Kentucky red.
That's exactly right. But yeah, so WKU with Mitchell Henry. But again, WKU with Mitchell Henry and others, I mean, it really has been a place for tight ends to come and excel.
Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, how can I forget Tyler Higbee? He's quite the character.
Still playing for the Rams, by the way. The all-time leading receiver in Los Angeles Rams history for tight ends, Tyler Higbee.
That doesn't surprise me, and he's really that build, kind of like a Noah Myers, a 6'5", 6'6" guy. If you look at a power forward in basketball, that's the kind of player he is, and very athletic and very similar, again, to Noah Myers.
He was a Terry Obie recruit, a skinny kid out of Clearwater, Florida, brought him in as a wide receiver, muscled up and became a man in the tight end.
Yeah, and you see more and more that, again, these wide receivers that are tall, you have good speed, but they're not really wide receivers, and they have the build, the frame to put on the weight. Tyler Higbee was a great example of that. Now, Jack Doyle was not. He came in as a pure tight end. He was a blocker and really did a great job, as well as being a great catcher. A little bit different. He's that prototypical tight end that you see, whereas Higbee and Myers are more, again, those wide receivers converted to tight ends.
It's 3rd down and 1, and we're now set to go. The Hilltoppers have 2 timeouts left. There's 74 seconds left to go in the first half. The Tops have the ball at the 16-yard line of North Alabama. Off the right shoulder of McIver's Hunt. They fake it to Hunt. They throw it to the right side, and a sliding catch is made again by Noah Myers. He now has his career high of 4 catches in a game, and it's 1st down now at the 13-yard line following that 4-yard toss. What are McIver's numbers now?
McIver is now 16 for 21 for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half.
There you go. From the 12, McIver out to the right to Hunt, or that's Hunt who makes that catch, or Hart rather. George is pummeled and knocked out of bounds by the hard-hitting Seth Hampton, the middle linebacker. And that is no gain, 2nd down and 10. So a 22-pass first half for Maverick McIver. He threw 52 passes last week, the most in a game since the Caden Veldkamp game in the Bowl in Charlotte a couple of years ago.
And what a fun game that was. Obviously, that was a game where Veldkamp came in after a few series and just came down from a 28-point deficit to turn that game around. And I remember the end of that game was so exciting, hitting the receiver in the back of the end zone to tie it up and ultimately winning it.
Snap coming to McIver, lobs it right corner of the end zone, a leaping catch, but I believe he's out of bounds. He made the catch, but he's out of bounds, I think.
He did.
And that was Matthew Henry again, Jared.
Matthew Henry got his hands on it, caught the ball, and to your point, was knocked out of bounds there. Great job by North Alabama defending that. That was number 3, Jermaine Ray.
Oh, he got his foot down again, Jared. He got his foot down again. Amazing catch again by Matt Henry. He made one like that earlier in the game on the near sideline for 27 yards, and that's a touchdown. An incredible over-the-head leaping catch on the sideline, and it gets a foot down as he was covered up like a blanket by Jermaine Ray.
I got to tell you, what really is so funny about that play is Jermaine Ray, after the play, was waving his hands around, showboating a little bit, thought he had him, and for that touchdown to count, that is just extra special.
North Alabama stalling, and they want to get a replay. It looked, though, like the previous catch that he made, hands extended high above his head, jumping as high as he could to pull it in, and somehow, some way, getting 1 foot down in bounds.
He doesn't drop the ball. When he gets his hands on it, he catches the ball, and that is incredible.
It's 41-6, and I think when Mike has a chance to talk with Tyson Hilton when this half is over, Mike, I have a feeling Coach is going to be in a pretty good mood for you. This is not going to be one of the more difficult halftime interviews that we've had.
While we wait for Mike, I got to tell you, one of the things when you're on the sideline, when Coach Helton's coming up to you, you either get a 1 or a 2. 1 is 1 question, 2 is 2 questions. This is probably a 2-question type of game.
All right, Cannon's extra point. Perfect. And it's now 42-6. Who would have ever thought midway through the first quarter, even at the end of the first quarter, that we would have a score like this at halftime?
Yeah, and it's all big plays. I mean, that's the thing about WKU in this offense is, they're grinding out a little bit, but at the end of the day, most of these touchdowns and these these drives are coming off of big plays down the field, which is what makes me so excited again, because it reminds me so much of that Hilltopper offense for 2021. I know we keep talking about that, but I love seeing that. Was such a fun offense to watch, and to see that out there again is a lot of fun. He's hit 10 different receivers for catches already this half, Randy.
For 260 yards and 4 touchdowns. There are 48 seconds left. Henry with a catch. You have a Burrows with a touchdown catch. Henry has a touchdown catch. Mack has a touchdown catch. This kick goes into the end zone, and Katie Hutchinson with a touchdown catch. 2 are highlight catches of the 4. Katie's one-hand grab on the sideline and run. Then the leaping grab, pushing him in air and bringing it down, getting a foot down by Henry that just occurred a minute ago.
Which was the second time he did it, though. The other catch was not a touchdown, obviously, but it was just the same type of catch where he's getting hit in the air and able to get that foot down for the catch to count. Again, great job of awareness and positioning for him to make that catch.
48 seconds are left. North Alabama does not have a timeout left. Ari Patu is in the gun. He will take it and drop back to throw it. Holds it, scrambling, running to his right side. Throws it on the run. It's to the tight end, Heatherly, at the 30. He'll make the catch to the 32 for 7. Clock still running. There are 37 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, Dylan Flowers made that tackle there, and again, that's a 260-pound tight end he's going against, and he's only 5'10", 178, so that's a little bit of a mismatch. He hit him about the ankles, only way to get him down.
Flowers, a transfer from a California junior college. He also played at BYU in Southern Utah. He's out there playing right now as Patu scrambles to the right and steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line for a pickup of about 4. It'll be second down with 19 seconds left. Hilltoppers have lost both their corners right now to first quarter injuries. Nazir Ward and Kent Robinson. 2-yard gain. It's now third down at 8 with 19 seconds left. Patu will throw it. They're after him. He dumps it to the right side. It's in and out of the hands of Allen. Herard, the safety, was staring him eyeball to eyeball. And now it is 4th down and 2 for North Alabama. And let's see if Watford is out there punted for the 5th time, and he will.
Yeah, you got to think that number 6, Juice Allen, heard footsteps there because that was a right-on-the-money kind of pass, and he dropped it right as a defensive back came up to hit him.
Tonight's game is being sponsored by Bowling Green Metal Forming. Bowling Green Metal Forming is a division of Magna and specializes in manufacturing heavy-duty truck frames and cradles for customers such as Ford and GM. If you're interested in a career change or just want to learn more about the company, visit their website at magna.com. Tops have taken a timeout, by the way. So they have 1 left.
Yeah, you got to wonder if WKU is able to get this ball back, do they go ahead and take one more shot downfield and put a couple extra points on the board for half?
Mack, who gave the Hilltoppers a jolt when they needed one, is back at the 28-yard line. It was a 7-6 game, and the Hilltoppers brought Mack in as a wide receiver. He had a jet sweep long run, and then it ended up with a touchdown catch. He drifts back. It's a deep punt. Going to let it go over his head. It'll bounce all the way into the end zone. That is a 67-yard punt by Watford.
Well, it was a 67-yard punt. About 57 of that was in the air. It hit on the 10-yard line and rolled the rest of the way. I mean, you got to give props to both these special teams. They've done a great job. Obviously, North Alabama's had their 2 nice field goals and some punts, and then WKU as well. Going back to that last kickoff, we finally saw Jack Cassidy able to unleash it, and he did what he normally does and puts it through the end zone.
McIver will bring his team out. We'll probably just take a knee here with 6 seconds to go. We'll hear from Tyson Helton. Mike Clough will be interviewing him. Also, keep in mind, Gary Ransdale's pre-recorded interview, the former WKU president, a great story about the Guthrie Bell Tower and University of North Alabama. That's at halftime. Takes a knee. First half is over. Hilltoppers did not. They were actually pushed around a little bit in the first quarter. They went into the second quarter with a lead of 14-6, but then in the second quarter they manhandled and big played North Alabama to death. And at halftime they lead at 42-6. And here's Tyson with Mike Cleff. All right, we'll talk with Coach a little bit later. Not able to hear the interview from Mike, so we'll take a timeout. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
Graves Gilbert Clinic is proud to support Western Kentucky University. As the official healthcare partner of WKU Athletics, we are cheering on the Tops every step of the way. With over 20 locations in Bowling Green, Graves Gilbert Clinic is here for your health and well-being. Together, we are stronger, on the field and in our community. Stand up and cheer, Hilltopper Nation.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Pass to the outside is picked off. Holy moly!
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
State Farm, Kathy here.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Whoa.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Ginger Cleary at 270-782-7276 today.
Hey Hilltoppers fans, the Mint Gaming Hall is a proud partner of your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. For good times and big wins, the Tops and the Mint Gaming Hall deliver both. Now with 2 locations, Scottsville Road near the mall and in Franklin at Kentucky Downs. The Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Check out Top Golf Swing Suite for games, golf, food, and fun at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
When it just got closer.
2 quarters are in the books on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield. It's time for the South Central Bank halftime show. South Central Bank, the bank Hilltoppers have depended on for over 50 years. Member FDIC. To lead things off, let's head back to the stadium for a recap of the opening 30 minutes.
Randy and Jared back with you. WKU has just scored 35 consecutive points, and they lead North Alabama at halftime 42-6.
Yeah, you got to give North Alabama credit. They had a good game plan coming into it. Offensively, they mixed it up those first couple series, really had the Tops defense on their heels. Kudos to the Tops defense for only allowing field goals. And then the lines of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, felt like North Alabama was really dominating that first quarter. So for the Tops to come back, really refocus, and come out this half 42-6 shows the maturity that they have and been able to do that.
The offensive numbers are obvious, but you made a great point there. Stops into red zone rather than 2 touchdowns early on for North Alabama, just 2 field goals.
Yeah, and again, this Tops defense is so different than what we've seen in the last few years. It was such a blitz-heavy defense the last few years, and right now they're doing the Tops are having a 4-man rush, creating disruption that way and allowing their defensive backs and linebackers to do their job in coverage, and it's really working out to their favor.
42-6 is their halftime score. The story about the Guthrie Bell Tower and the involvement in one way or another by the University of North Alabama. That story with former WKU President Gary Renzel is next on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
What if opening a checking account came with a perk? At South Central Bank, our popular Green Tree checking account now comes with more added value. That's right. Things like cell phone protection, telehealth, roadside assistance, fuel savings, and enhanced identity theft support are all part of Green Tree Checking. No hassle, no stress, just perks for doing something you were going to do anyway. Stop by any South Central Bank branch or visit us online at southcentralbank.com. Banking with rewards. South Central Bank, official bank of WKU football. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
30, 20, 10, 5, hey! That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Severe weather can happen at any moment. WNKY News 40 Weather is here to prepare you before the storm hits. On air, online, and on your phone. News 40 will keep you prepared and weather aware. News 40 Weather, keeping you safe.
It's your weather in the palm of your hand. Download the WNKY News 40 Weather app for local weather alerts, in-depth forecasts, and live radar. Now available for your Apple and Android devices.
Driven by Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service.
Hey fans, make sure to swing by Dunkin' at 2435 Nashville Road in Bowling Green after today's game, or check out their new delivery options on DunkinDonuts.com and have Dunkin' brought to you. Dunkin' is the preferred coffee partner of WKU Athletics and a proud supporter of the Hilltoppers. Don't forget to join DD Perks to check out faster, pay easier, and earn points towards exclusive offers. Download the Dunkin' app today on the App Store or Google Play. Bowling Green runs on Dunkin'.
Welcome back to our halftime shows. Hilltoppers are battling UNA today. This is actually a pre-recorded interview with former president of Western Kentucky University, Gary Ranslow. There's a unique story involving both UNA and Western Kentucky University that revolves around the Guthrie Bell Tower.
It involves around the Bell Tower and the Guthrie family, but the Guthrie family are both Bowling Green and WKU's closest connections to Florence, Alabama, and to the University of North Alabama. That's where Lowell grew up and raised his 4 boys. 3 of those boys have ties to Bowling Green. Chris and Kent, obviously still working with Trace Diecast, and Brent as a member of Congress. But they moved here in 1988. At the time, Chris was 17, Brent was a little bit older, Kent a little bit younger. Their older brother still stays in Alabama, but they established Trace Diecast here in Bowling Green. I came back in 1997 as president. Lowell and I became close friends. He was on my initial president's advisory board, and he was on our first capital campaign cabinet, and just a terrific guy, and was achieving some success with Trace Diecast. So we began to talk about ways that he could support the university. That's when I began to learn about his history in Florence, the boys growing up there. One of his best friends growing up was Robert Potts, who eventually became president of the University of North Alabama. When Lowell was there, it was Florence State University, eventually became UNA. So at any rate, we began to talk, and I could see his passions for his brother Robert, who was killed in Korea in the Korean War. And he wanted to do something to memorialize Robert at UNA, and they began to talk about it. But in the meantime, they moved to Bowling Green. We became friends, so I knew that's what was important to Lowell, but we weren't quite sure how to do that here. I always admired the bell tower, clock tower at the University of Alabama, so I pitched the idea to Lowell of a Caroline and clock tower here. His eyes lit up. It was magic. We both got excited. We began to design it. So we wanted to bring the cupola from the top of the hill on top of Cherry Hall down to the south end of the campus to extend that architectural heritage that's unique on our campus. And then we designed it. But it was a tribute to military. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's to memorialize Robert Guthrie, whose statue stands in front of the bell tower, designed by Russ Faxon, WKU alumnus, in our Hall of Distinguished Alumni. And that was his first sculpture of now 8 across our campus. Life-size statue of Robert. And there are 16 etchings, plates around the base of that tower that portray alumni from WKU and UNA that are military veterans. There are 47 bells in the Caroline. They were cast in Annecy, France. 17 of those bells have etchings on them memorializing veterans from Florence, Alabama. So those are the connections with us in that community. But Lowell is just a tremendous individual. He also supported, most of our alumni may not know, the renovation of the overlook in front of Van Meter Hall, including that Italian marble fountain in front of Van Meter. So his gifts were a multi-million-dollar combination of gifts. He supported music, he supported athletics, and at the time that was very significant to WKU because we'd only had a couple of 7-figure gifts at the time in our history. So his gift at that time was second only to Gordon Ford's $10 million gift to name the College of Business. So it's a great history, a wonderful family. He and Caroline raised those 4 boys. There's the Caroline Memorial Garden that's between the bell tower and now Jody Richards Hall. And what a mark that has left on our campus. It's basically become the icon of the university, especially those who come to football games, look across that south lawn, see that Caroline, and hear it played after every game. That's something that I had fun starting that tradition. When we win, we ring the bells, and we've rung those bells a lot since 2002 when the Guthrie Caroline and Clock Tower was dedicated.
And it all started with an idea of doing something at the University of North Alabama, and this is what it's transpired and come into. Now, UNA's here. We're not letting them take the bell tower back.
No, we're not going to let them take it back.
They're not taking it back.
Now, Lowell did make a gift to engineering at UNA eventually, so they do have some significant support from the Guthrie family. But no, we didn't steal the bell tower from them, but it ended up here rather than there, and we're very proud of it.
A great story as we talked with former President Gary Ransdell, WKU and UNA here in football. Back with more after this. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield to the Varsity app.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, or putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
75 years is a long time, but that's how long Leachman Buick GMC has been serving South Central Kentucky. We will continue to offer a world-class customer experience with a non-commissioned sales team, GM-certified technicians, and a state-of-the-art collision center. Come see why over 150,000 customers have chosen Leachman Buick GMC to be their car dealership. Visit us at 2012 Scottsville Road or online at leachmanauto.com.
Banks over a runner, banks over 2. That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Finding reliable care for your loved ones shouldn't be a challenge. At Comfort Keepers, we understand the importance of comfort, safety, and companionship right in your home. Whether it's helping with daily chores, providing companionship, or offering specialized care, our compassionate team is here for you. With Comfort Keepers, your loved ones can enjoy independence while receiving the support they need. Our caregivers are dedicated to making every day brighter. Discover peace of mind with Comfort Keepers. Visit us at comfortkeepers.com to learn more or call 270-782-3600 to schedule a free consultation. Make every day extraordinary with Comfort Keepers.
The time is now. WKU Football, WKU Volleyball.
Catch the fever of fall at Roosters, a fun casual joint for all of Hilltopper Nation. See the Tops and your other favorite teams in action on Roosters' countless TVs, inside or on Roosters' covered patio. Score with a menu full of burgers, subs, salads, your favorite brew. And of course, Roosters' award-winning chicken wings. Catch the fever of fall at Roosters, a fun casual joint on 3 Springs Road in Bowling Green.
back inside the Learfield Network studios. This is Blake Robison bringing you the South Central Bank halftime report. South Central Bank is proud to be the official bank of WKU football. South Central Bank, community banking at its best. Western Kentucky is taking care of business with North Alabama as they lead 42-6 at the half, highlighted by 5 consecutive touchdown drives. Now, speaking of taking care of business, in Conference USA, the USC Trojans are taking care of business over the Missouri State Bears, 35-10, with 1:48 left in the second quarter. Over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Austin Peay is leading over the Blue Raiders, 21-7, with 12:54 left in the third. Now, heading over to the top 25, things are a little interesting. Currently, North Dakota is on top over the 17th ranked Kansas State. There's 14 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter, so still time for Kansas State to get back and take control. Now in Death Valley, or LSU might want to contend for that title of Death Valley, but we'll see tonight. Number 4, Clemson is currently on top, 10-3 over number 9, LSU, for the Battle of Death Valley. And a recap from Tallahassee earlier today. Alabama was overwhelmed by the Seminoles 31-17 in what was a complete domination by Florida State. And also, we were tracking this game earlier. Liberty was tied 7-7 with Maine. It was 7-7 when we last checked in. However, the Flames caught fire in the fourth quarter, scoring 21 points, and they found themselves the victors 28-7. Currently, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers lead North Alabama 42-6 with another Bailey Zappi-esque performance by Maverick McIver. But that's all for the South Central Bank halftime report. Once again, South Central Bank is proud to be the official bank of WKU football. South Central Bank, community banking at its best. After a quick timeout, we'll send it back to the booth with Randy and Jared. You're listening to the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield.
What if opening a checking account came with a perk? At South Central Bank, our popular Green Tree checking account now comes with more added value. That's right, things like cell phone protection, telehealth, roadside assistance, fuel savings, and enhanced identity theft support are all part of Green Tree checking. No hassle, no stress, just perks for doing something you were going to do anyway. Stop by any South Central Bank branch or visit us online at southcentralbank.com. Banking with rewards. South Central Bank, official bank of WKU football. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, Tops fans! At Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we're ready to hype you up so you can be your healthiest. Have your next checkup scheduled? Excellent. Keeping up with preventative screenings? Well done. You're putting in the work to get those healthy wins, and we love to see it. Because, let's be real, taking care of your health with preventative care just makes sense. And if you need to play catch-up, there's still time to get those checkups and screenings added to your schedule for the season. Don't wait. Take care, Tops.
Pass to the outside is picked off. Holy moly!
This is WKU football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
RideIMP.com is your online source for everything you need to keep your home and property looking great. Quality mowers, gators, small tractors and generators from John Deere, chainsaws, blowers, and line trimmers from Steel, the latest John Deere clothing and toys for the kids, Honda mowers and generators, and so much more for you and your home. Please stop by one of our 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana. The home place, Ride Implement.
Attention Bowling Green, your Hot Rods have secured their spot in the 2025 South Atlantic League playoffs. September 11th, we want your support to bring another trophy to Bowling Green. General admission tickets are on sale starting at $10, or bundle it with a limited edition t-shirt for $30. Get your tickets today at bghotrods.com or call 270-901-2121.
Before we get it cranked up for the second half, let's step out for station identification. Among our radio stations on the network this year, WTLO, AM and FM in Somerset, Kentucky. This is the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app. Second half action tonight from Fikes Field has been brought to you by the Stuart Ritchie Service Group. Reliable service day or night. Give them a call. Serving commercial, industrial, and residential customers 24/7. Call 270-393-0285 or visit StuartRitchieService.com. Your one-call service solution. Jared, you might not know this, so I always want to make sure you're on top of things. Austin P leads MTSU 21-7.
You can't complain about that. Anytime that anybody beats MTSU, you're not going to hear a complaint from me, especially when it's a team in red, right? So I like it. So good for the Governors. Hopefully they're able to pull that one out and get that victory. That last quarter, I've got to give UNA credit. They went for it. Reminded me a little bit of WKU a couple years ago against Ohio State when, don't feel like you have anything to lose, but it ultimately burned them with that last series, and that WKU was able to get the extra points and go into the half 42-6. Significant lead, obviously, starting the second half.
Tops have scored 35 consecutive points. Take a look at some of the statistics. The Hilltoppers have a 4 first-down advantage, 14-10. 35 plays for 338 yards for the Tops. 41 plays for North Alabama for 143 yards. Need to make a correction in my statistics. I credited Katie Hutchinson with that 12-yard run. It was actually a pass. So that'll be a MacGyver touchdown pass to Katie. So Maverick MacGyver in the first half, 20 of 25, 275 yards and 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, 10 receivers catching the ball. He's throwing it all over the field. When you think you got, people like Henry, Hutchinson, they're going to key on those, it makes it so hard for this North Alabama defense to defend when he's throwing it to every person on the field. I'm waiting for an offensive tackle to catch the ball next.
8 touchdown passes is the record, by the way. Brandon Dowdy against Marshall.
Your all-time favorite game, if I recall.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
That was a good one. Cassidy to kick it away from the 35-yard line as the second half starts. He boots it toward the Guthrie Bell Tower end zone, and it's a touchback.
Yeah, that hit the top of the letters right there. It tells me that first kickoff that he had was probably a design kick where he only kicked it to the 5-yard line, because every other kick he's had has gone through the end zone.
WKU's defense asserted itself in the second quarter, and they come out now with Oliver. Actually, they've got Malatumo and Hardy at the tackles. Holloman and Sneed are the ends. Malone and Wester are the linebackers. And here's a first down off tackle carry for about 3 to start the third quarter as he ran it in behind Boltikoff, who is the right tackle.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what North Alabama does this offensive series. Obviously, they did a great job the first offensive series in mixing it up. And we'll see if they stick with the run or they try to mix it up a little bit.
Juice Allen with a 3-yard run, 2nd and 7. They snap it, option toss to the left. They've run an option once before. He cuts it back the other way, and he is flying across the 40 to the 45 to the 50 and down to the 48-yard line before he's drilled by Dylan Flowers.
Yeah, that was a very athletic play by Ari Patu. He cut on his left foot, was able to cut back to the right, and had a wide open space. WKU did a nice job of bringing him down, but a very athletic play by a very athletic quarterback.
22-yard run by Patu. 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Tyson Helton told Mike Cleff going into the locker room at halftime, we want a better third quarter start than we did last week. Here's a runoff right tackle once again by Allen. Maybe 2 down to the 45. It'll be 2nd down and a long 7. Wester, he is a transfer from the University of Colorado, and he played at FAU, high-level FAU linebacker for 2 years, and he's getting it done.
He is, and like we talked about, number 1 does remind me, Patu reminds us a lot of Salter. He doesn't have the offensive weapons around him, but a very similar player, and WKU's got to be aware of that and his ability to both run and pass the ball.
2 years ago, Salter was the Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year. There's a pass in the right sideline to Caleb Heatherly, that 6'6" tight end, and he'll grab it and step out of bounds at the 43. It's a 3-yard gain, and it's 3rd and 5.
I've been keeping an eye on the line of scrimmage. This defensive front for WKU is coming out the second half and again doing a nice job of getting penetration and getting into the backfield, disrupting Patu, something that they were not able to do at the beginning of the first half, last half.
Allen emptying the backfield. He's the running back. We haven't seen much of L.T. Sanders, the WKU running back here for 3 years. Hilltoppers are blitzing from the secondary. He throws it, and it is knocked down. Incomplete. Snead up the middle with the quarterback pressure, along with the defensive tackle, Malatumo.
Yeah, that was one of the few defensive blitzes we've seen this game so far. Most of the time, they're just bringing 4. That time, they brought 6, and UNA was not ready for it.
So down by the score of 42-6, and the ball was on the 43-yard line at WKU. They'll certainly go for it here on 4th and 5. They went for it once before. Fake punt on 4th down, and the pass was incomplete. Now he's going to drop back, looking like he's going to pooch punt, and he does. He kicks it high, and it's inside the 10 and bounces out of bounds. So Patu took 2 steps back. You knew then he was going to pooch punt it, and he knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. That's a 36-yard punt.
Yeah, you can't ask much better than that. He was able to put it out right there inside the 10-yard line. It makes WKU have to work this field in the offensive series. Nice job of getting that ball all out on that punt.
The Tops have had some long drives tonight and some long drives through the first 2 games of the season. And now they are 93 yards away from the end zone. They have put up 35 consecutive points against this Lion defense. And McIver will start at running back or quarterback, and Lavelle Wright opens up at running back. And Noah Myers, a tight end, goes in motion and settles on the left side of Marshall Jackson, the left tackle. Now he goes in motion to the right, and they throw it that way over the middle. It was almost picked off by the linebacker Hampton, who jumped in front of the Hilltopper wideout, Henry, and that would have been a pick 6 if he could have held onto it.
Yeah, that was a timing issue between the wide receiver and McIver just there. McIver got it out just a little bit late. Number 18 sniffed it out. Very lucky that it was not a pick 6 for UNA.
Hilltoppers now have 26 pass plays and just 10 rushes tonight as they lead this game 42-6. Mack in motion from left to right. McIver, a little delay on a handoff, and that's right, running to the right, and he's knocked backwards by Hampton. Their head coach talked about Hampton, said he is the prototypical UNA kind of player. Little undersized, a demon defensively, hard-hitting. He's a middle linebacker, Seth Hampton, and he blows up right for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, that defensive line for UNA was able to get in the backfield. There was nothing doing there for the running back, and that was more on the offensive line than anything else.
It is 3rd and 10 for the Tops. In the first half, they were 4 of 11 on 3rd downs. And it'll be a little delay on a handoff to right, up over the 15, out to the 16-yard line. Very close to a first down, about a yard shy. Needed to get to the 17, and he is stopped inside the 16, so a long yard away, and the Hilltoppers will punt it.
Well, a little bit of a slow start for the WKU offense. This first offense series in the second half. Only 1 passing play, and that one was almost a pick 6, so looking forward to seeing what they can do the rest of the series, but that was not what they wanted for this first series.
Maynard had a couple of punts for an average of 54 yards in the first half. He boots this one. It is a bomb. It is grabbed at the 32 by Pegues. He's backpedaling, and he's sandwiched and tackled. He had nowhere to go when he made that catch. They had 2 Tops on him to bring him down. No yards on the return. Another big bomb off the foot of Maynard. Downfield to make the tackle. Braxton Myers for WKU again. We'll take a break. 42-6, Hilltoppers in front here in the third quarter. Also down there for the Hilltoppers was their backup linebacker, Jalen Emery. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
This week's Houchins charity champion is the Fant Foundation. The Fant Foundation was founded in 2021 by George and Chastity Fant. Their goal is to strengthen and uplift today's youth by showing kindness and support through every action in the communities they are a part of. They strive to continue the legacy of the Dream Big Camp and generate more community support through their events. Houchins Industries and WKU are proud to recognize the Fant Foundation as a charity champion. Learn more at fantfoundation.org.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, or putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
30, 20, 10, 5. Hey! That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Meijer, proud sponsor of Western Kentucky University and hundreds of teams across the Midwest. Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for your entire community. You help support food rescue programs and Simply Give. You support youth development programs to help provide a bright future for our kids and support sports teams across the Midwest. You also help support sustainability in all our communities for today, tomorrow, and years to come. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help people in your community to work, to play, to live, and to learn. Learn more at Meijer.com. Go Tops!
For over a decade, Cheetah Clean has been keeping Bowling Green clean, proudly serving you with 7 convenient locations in Bowling Green and Glasgow. We're thrilled to announce that the Cheetah Clean experience just got even better. Now introducing detailing services. Visit our brand new detail shop at Scottsville Road. Plus, as a Cheetah Clean member, you'll receive exclusive discounts on detailing services and free roadside assistance. Go Tops!
Flying ball from the 27-yard line, and they run a jet sweep. The Hilltopper defense saw a lot of that in the first half. Jalen Daniels on the run around the right side. He'll take it for about 10 yards out to the 37. It'll be maybe second and short as they line up here at the 37-yard line. That was Daniels on the carry. Actually, it is a first down. As he makes the first down, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right side again by Daniels. He gets about 3 out to the 43-yard line. 2nd down, 7. Mike Tyson talked to you going into the locker room. Wanted a very quick start to the second half. That was his big focus.
Yeah, he said we've got to start faster in the third quarter than we did last week. So far, with a little more than 4.5 minutes gone in the third quarter, he's still waiting for that to happen. Yeah. Guys.
Daniels there with a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 from the 43-yard line. Daniels, unfortunate injury for him in back-to-back years, and here's a carry by Allen off the left tackle, running behind Wright and Mitchum. Not only he broke his leg 2 years in a row, Jared. Not only did he break his leg in back-to-back years, he broke the same leg against the same team in back-to-back years, Tarleton State.
They did, and that's a conference opponent. That's a tough way to end your season. Got to give him credit, though. He's come back, and he's showing some speed, and that's something I've seen from this North Alabama team in general. Their skill players have got some speed. They really have. The Tops have just done a fairly nice job of containing them so far.
Here's a roll to the right by Patu, and he didn't know where to go. Snead was after him. He throws it away. Pressure from that Indiana University transfer, Vincent Snead. It's early in the season, Jared, but we've seen better rush from the down 4. You mentioned it earlier. In the past couple of years, they've had to blitz to get to the quarterback. So far, early in the year, that has not been the case.
They have. You have your Upton Styles and some of those others, those nickels that they would blitz quite a bit, which can be effective, but at the same time, it leaves you open in coverage. And it also can be challenging from a running standpoint in that you lose gap discipline. Right now, the Tops are able to get that pressure with 4, and it's allowing the linebackers and DBs to do their jobs.
Here's a pass to the left side. It's captured, and a big hit from the Hilltopper corner, and a late flag in the secondary. The flag is in the direction of Fields. We'll see if he picks up his 3rd penalty of the night. He's a wide receiver for North Alabama.
And the way he's holding his hands up, you got to think that's going to be a holding call.
He was mixing it up with a Varian Cole. So Cole was in there now playing for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, you got to think it's going to be a block downfield. And Fields is actually over there talking, having a little conversation there with Brackenridge.
It's going to be on. I mean, how many games do you have? Have you ever seen where a wide receiver has 3 penalties? The same 3 penalties in a game.
3 penalties, and it's the same penalties, that blocking downfield. So, I mean, they keep doing that, and obviously it's getting called. It's the right call. You're not allowed to block downfield like that. And Fields so far, was their gadget player. He was their go-to kind of everything, and all he's doing right now is costing them yards.
15-yard penalty, so it's now 4th and long, and for the 6th time, Watford will be the punter. Mack back at the Hilltopper 32-yard line. And he boots it away. Mack will watch it bounce out of bounds. And it almost hit Rex Robick in the head. The Hilltopper long snapper had his helmet off. Jumped out of the way. And did not get hit in the top of the head from that spiraling football. It'll be top football after the short punt. And they have it now at the 42-yard line. It's a 28-yard punt. It's the worst by Watford of the night.
Good field position for the offense. They've got an opportunity to sit here and hopefully get down the field and get some points. After that last offense series where they were 3 and outs, Tyson Helton's got to be thinking that he wants to get this offense and throw it down the field maybe a little bit more and continue the momentum that they had that first half.
That last drive, the Hilltoppers had it at their own 7, so they can open it up a little bit more now from their own 40. With 9:06 to play in the third quarter, Western Kentucky University leading 42-6. And they're going to run it right up the middle. That'll be George Hart, the power back out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. His hometown team battling Clemson tonight. Up in Clemson, how about the win of Florida State over Alabama?
I know a lot of upsets. Again, you mentioned that Ossipee, MTSU. You've got Ohio State. That is an upset over Texas, 3-1.
McIver will throw it. He's hit hard. He throws a pass to Katie at the 48-yard line, and he's knocked backwards. That's really the hardest that McIver has been hit tonight. Dilworth on the tackle as Katie makes a catch at the 49. He picks up 7, so it is 3rd and 1. Katie now with 104 yards on 4 catches tonight, 2 of them touchdowns.
Yeah, Katie showing that athleticism, able to get the ball and make a defender miss, get a couple extra yards like he did that last play. And kudos to Maverick McIver for sitting there taking that pop, because he definitely took a shot and got the ball out.
Tops are just 2 out of 6 on 3rd downs. Double tight ends right side. They direct snap it, and that'll be the running back Hart with a carry over the right tackle, Devin Smith, and behind the blocking tight end Justin Wolf, as well as the transfer tight end from Florida State on the right side as well. They went with 3 tight ends. Jackson West out of Huntsville, Alabama, out there leading the blocking as well. And it's a 3-yard gain for Hart and a Hilltopper first down.
Yeah, that was a power play. The tight end was really able to spring it. I saw the right tackle actually got pushed back a couple yards, but the tight end was able to help him out, knock that defensive lineman out of the play, allowing for the first down.
Williams over the ball, empty the backfield. McIver takes it, 4-man rush, back between the hash marks, throws it down the middle of the field, is caught at the 40-yard line for a gain of a little more than 10. And Kelby Williams, the Old Dominion transfers, had a nice night. That's his 3rd catch. And that goes for 9. It is 2nd and 1. McIver now 22 out of 28 for 291 yards. He'll take a snap, he'll throw again, pumps it slant, leaping catch made by KD. He takes it to the 30-yard line for 9, and the Tops have another first down.
Nice pitch and catch, but I am noticing that McIver is starting to get a little bit more pressure. This offensive line has let the defensive line get in the backfield a little bit more. They got to make sure that he doesn't take a shot every single time he gets the ball out.
He'll throw it left side, wide receiver screen. Flowers, I should say that is Williams with the catch. Hutchinson trying to free him up with a block, and Williams will spin his way for 5 yards to the UNA 25-yard line where it's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that was a bubble screen, but I got to give Maverick McIver credit. He threw that ball on a rope 20 yards across the field, able to get the ball there quick enough so he could get down the field and get a couple extra yards.
Hard in the backfield off the right shoulder of McIver. Katie Hutchinson goes in motion from right to left. Turning in quite a game right now after a slow start. Here comes the blitz from the right side. He will throw it, and it is behind the intended receiver and running back George Hart in the left flat. Once again, pressure there from the blitzing defense. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, the difference there was that was design pressure. They were letting the left side of the offensive line let the defenders come back, setting up what was supposed to be a screen pass. The timing was off just enough that he was not able to make the completion.
3rd and 5. We haven't seen Marvis Parrish in a while, the Hilltopper freshman running back. He's a good pass receiver. 3rd and 5, and they are going to run it. In behind their left guard, Seymour, and he's not going to get the 5 yards for the first down. Jordan with his tackle. He'll take it to the 23.
Well, the last time it was 4th and 3 or 4 on the 23. Maverick McIver threw that touchdown in the back of the end zone, so it'll be curious to see what the Tops do here on this offensive series.
4th and 3 from the 22. Hart is a running back. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Western Kentucky University winning 42-6. Flags are thrown as the ball was snapped, and it's a legal procedure against Western Kentucky University. We'll see if they go for it now because it'll be 4th down and 8.
It looks like the field goal team's coming out here, so John Cannon, what an appropriate name that is, but John Cannon will have an opportunity to kick a field goal here and put 3 points on the board for the Tops.
Got a couple of kicks from a week ago. The transfer from the University of South Florida. Robic will snap it, and Maynard will hold it, and this will be a 46-yard attempt from the left hash mark as he kicks it from left to right with 5:17 to go in the third quarter. Perfect snap. Maynard puts it down, and here comes from Cannon. A lot of leg, and it is perfect. Cannon is 3 for 3 here on the young season.
Well, and that looked identical to the field goal that North Alabama had in the first half, and that both kickers had plenty of distance to get it. Great job on getting that field goal and getting the points, especially after that 5-yard penalty.
46-yard kick from Cannon, and the Hilltoppers now lead it 45-6. With 5 minutes and 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. We're back with more after this on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
We all know the importance of nutrition and diet for a healthy lifestyle. We also know dairy foods provide great nutrition and value. That's reason enough why Western Kentucky families choose Prairie Farms dairy products. From the rich and creamy taste of Prairie Farms yogurt and ice cream to the tangy zip of sour cream and dips, there is something fresh from the farm for everyone to enjoy. For Prairie Farms award-winning dairy products at your favorite grocery stores and retailers. Visit prairiefarms.com for recipes and coupons. And remember to drink local with Prairie Farms.
Graves Gilbert Clinic is proud to support Western Kentucky University. As the official healthcare partner of WKU Athletics, we are cheering on the Tops every step of the way. With over 20 locations in Bowling Green, Graves Gilbert Clinic is here for your health and well-being. Together, we are stronger, on the field and in our community. Stand up and cheer, Hilltopper Nation.
Banks over a runner, banks over 2. That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
The time is now. WKU Football, WKU Volleyball. Catch the fever of fall at Roosters, a fun casual joint for all of Hilltopper Nation. See the Tops and your other favorite teams in action on Roosters' countless TVs, inside or on Roosters' covered patio. Score with a menu full of burgers, subs, salads, your favorite brew. And of course, Roosters' award-winning chicken wings. Catch the fever of fall at Roosters, a fun casual joint on 3 Springs Road in Bowling Green.
State Farm, Kathy here.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Whoa.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Ginger Cleary at 270-782-7276 today.
Randy, Jared, and Mike back with you from Vikes Field. Western Kentucky University now leading 45-6 after the field goal from Cannon. Cassidy's kick is in the end zone for a touchback, and the Hilltoppers have now put up 38 consecutive points. Jared?
WKU and Logan Aluminum challenge you to capture every can with recycling to help us work towards creating a truly sustainable future for our community. I'm looking forward to Jack Cassidy getting in on a tackle. That's a big guy.
He's 6'6" and 220.
Yeah, but every kick that he actually kicks goes through the end zone, so I don't know how many opportunities he's going to have this year.
Certainly has the looks of an outside linebacker or defensive end. Here comes a run from the left side, out over the tackle to about the 28-yard line. Daniels lined up in the slot, went in motion. They flipped it to him, and he picks up 3. 2nd and 7. The Hilltoppers now have some changes out there defensively, so let's get some of the new faces in there, shall we, Jared? They have Jakeem Fletcher, defensive tackle. Tanner, Alabama in now, playing for the first time tonight. And the North Alabama quarterback is Destin Wade, who had 2 first half throws. He has a throw here, and it goes to the 35 for 7, and that's a first down. So Wade is now 1 for 3. Destin Wade was the starting quarterback for Kentucky in the Music City Bowl against Iowa a couple of years ago. He went 16 for 30 in that game for 98 yards. Then he transferred to Colorado, and now he is here at UNA. 1st and 10 for the 35. He'll run an option to the left. Now cuts back over to 40. He's at the 45. Wade breaks a tackle. He's to the 50. He's down to the Hilltopper 40-yard line. So that'll be one play that the co-defensive coordinators, the Hilltoppers, have this year. Merritt and Brown, they'll have to work on the option.
They are, and number 5, Destin Wade, he's got some quick feet. We saw it just there on that last play. Was able to find the open gap and then hit it very, very quickly.
26 yards on a carry by Wade. Wade throws it away on the left side as he had heavy pressure up the middle from defensive end Jaden Gray.
Yeah, there's no doubt that UNA's quarterbacks have been less than accurate when under pressure. When they've been given time, they've done a really nice job of finding the open receiver. But the times that WKU's been able to get in the backfield and get in their face, they have not had any success. Did notice that they do have another new tight end in the game, and that's number 17, Christian Burkholder. He had that catch two plays ago, and he's 6'5", 250, so they've got 2 very big athletic tight ends that they can use.
They're going to run Wade to the outside, tripped up and dives forward for 3 to the 37. The Toppers that time read it a little bit better, contained it, forced the play to come back inside, and that was Malone, the Houston area linebacker on the stop. Make that Oliver, the defensive end out of San Diego State University.
Yeah, Oliver was able to get his ankles and get him down that way. Otherwise, that would have been another long run for Wade.
3rd and 8 for the Lions at the Hilltopper 38-yard line. They stack a couple of receivers on the right side of their formation. Wade rolls right, throws right. Hilltopper defender fell down, and the catch was made. He steps out of bounds. That is Fields with the catch. Top's defender fell down, freeing him up for some open room over there, and he takes it for 6 to the 33-yard line, and it's first down for the Lions.
And that's only Fields' 2nd catch on the game. Again, the gadget player that they counted on so much, and even on that one, the defensive back had fallen down, so if he caught it cleanly, he would have had an open field as well.
It was Jalen Embry out there on coverage and then stumbled. Lions have it, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line against a down 4 front. Hilltoppers are blitzing. Wade will backtrack, throw it away, and it's almost picked off over in front of the bench of North Alabama by the diving outside linebacker / defensive end Dominic Oliver.
Yeah, Dominic Oliver, the offensive lineman, the right tackle there, had his jersey wrapped up. I'm surprised it wasn't a holding call on it, but he was able to fight through it, get in the backfield, and ultimately make the tackle. And I believe that was actually, as I look at number 0, Makaveli Malatamu.
So as the Hilltoppers stop them, actually, that was a 4th down pass that's incomplete. They'll take over on downs, and we'll take a timeout. 2:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Western Kentucky University leading 45-6, and I believe we'll see Rodney Tisdale win a quarterback in this possession as we're warming up on the field. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
For over a decade, Cheetah Clean has been keeping Bowling Green clean, proudly serving you with 7 convenient locations in Bowling Green and Glasgow. We're thrilled to announce that the Cheetah Clean experience just got even better. Now introducing detailing services. Visit our brand new detail shop at Scottsville Road. Plus, As a Cheetah Clean member, you'll receive exclusive discounts on detailing services and free roadside assistance. Go Tops!
Hey fans, this is Wayne Cook, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you'd love to get your podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Pass to the outside is picked off. Holy moly!
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Hilltoppers fans, the Mint Gaming Hall is a proud partner of your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. For good times and big wins, the Tops and the Mint Gaming Hall will deliver both. Now with 2 locations, Scottsville Road near the mall and in Franklin at Kentucky Downs. The Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Check out Top Golf Swing Suite for games, golf, food, and fun at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
Winning just got closer.
Looking for the perfect pint and a great spot to cheer on the Tops? Head to White Squirrel Brewery at 302 State Street in downtown Bowling Green. From crisp lagers to bold IPAs and rotating seasonal favorites, there's something for every fan. Catch every WKU away game on the big screens at White Squirrel, or grab an ice-cold beer straight from our vintage fire truck tap on South Lawn during home games. White Squirrel Brewery, your home for local flavor and your football watch party.
With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter, Rodney Tisdale is in at quarterback, and he drops back about 5 steps and then absolutely wings it over the middle to Zay Myers on a slant. Myers makes the catch and takes it down to the North Alabama 45-yard line. And that's a 22-yard pass play on Tisdale's first pass of the year. Here's an off-tackle right side run by the Hilltopper running back Jaden McGill. And Jared, that's his first run this year. Tennessee State University transfer. He takes it from the 45 to the 36. And McGill has 9 yards. It's 2nd down and 1.
You know, I love these type of games. I know they're not the most exciting from the fan standpoint, and that WKU's up handling and all that, but what it does do is it allows you to see some of these players that you wouldn't otherwise get to see, and hopefully it shows, somewhat or the future of WKU. And with that last catch, that's actually the 11th receiver to make a catch in this game.
Yeah, about that. Myers shifting his way for about 5 yards. Here comes a little handoff on a jet sweep, turning around the corner and running it down inside the 20-yard line for the Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers. Here's their wide receiver, Marvin Sims, the junior out of Miami. He takes it down to the 18 with 76 seconds left to go in the third, and it's another first down. Tisdale takes it, hands it off. Up the middle comes McGill, and McGill takes it down to the 12-yard line.
You know, the other good thing about these type of games when you have newer players in that aren't used to get a lot of play time is it gets the energy level back up. You know, when you cut the starters in and they're up 45-6, they're maybe not as excited to go ahead and have another play. But you got a player that hasn't played a lot. They want to go out there. They want to show out.
McGill with 5, 2nd and 5. McGill at Tennessee State last year, 628 yards rushing. He'll get it again. McGill twisting his way down inside the 10-yard line to the 8. B.J. Dicuddy on the tackle with 33 seconds to go. Let's send it down to Mike. Mike?
Yeah, Jerry, you'll enjoy this. I asked John Cannon one word to describe watching Brad Maynard punt. He said, great. So I asked Cole Maynard the same question about John Cannon, and Cole Maynard said, money. Obviously, a lot of mutual admiration there. Randy, Jared?
McGill on the carry down to the 8-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal for the Hilltoppers, and the Hilltoppers are going to let the clock expire here in the third quarter. So the only points on a Cannon 46-yard three-pointer in the third quarter will head to the fourth. The Hilltoppers well on their way to their 2nd win in 2 games of the young season. They are leading UNA 45-6. And this is Hilltopper football from Learfield to the Varsity House.
What if opening a checking account came with a perk? At South Central Bank, our popular Green Tree checking account now comes with more added value. That's right, things like cell phone protection, telehealth, roadside assistance, fuel savings, and enhanced identity theft support are all part of Green Tree checking. No hassle, no stress, just perks for doing something you were going to do anyway. Stop by any South Central Bank branch or visit us online at southcentralbank.com. Banking with rewards. South Central Bank, official bank of WKU Football. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
75 years is a long time, but that's how long Leachman Buick GMC has been serving South Central Kentucky. We will continue to offer a world-class customer experience with a non-commissioned sales team, GM-certified technicians, and a state-of-the-art collision center. Come see why over 150,000 customers have chosen Leachman Buick GMC to be their car dealership. Visit us at 2012 Scottsville Road or online at leachmanauto.com.
30, 20, 10, 5. Hey! That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey fans, make sure to swing by Dunkin' at 2435 Nashville Road in Bowling Green after today's game, or check out their new delivery options on DunkinDonuts.com and have Dunkin' brought to you. Dunkin' is the preferred coffee partner of WKU Athletics and a proud supporter of the Hilltoppers. Don't forget to join DD Perks to check out faster, pay easier, and earn points towards exclusive offers. Download the Dunkin' app today on the App Store or Google Play. Bowling Green runs on Dunkin'.
Severe weather can happen at any moment. WNKY News 40 Weather is here to prepare you before the storm hits. On air, online, and on your phone. News 40 will keep you prepared and weather aware. News 40 Weather, keeping you safe.
It's your weather in the palm of your hand. Download the WNKY News 40 Weather app for local weather alerts, in-depth forecasts, and live radar. Now available for your Apple and Android devices.
Driven by Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service.
Since midway of the first quarter, this has been another remarkable performance by the Hilltoppers, who put up 38 straight points since that point in time, and they're now winning 45-6. Mike Cleft down on the sidelines for us tonight, Mike.
The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety reminds you to never get behind the wheel after drinking alcohol, so always make a designated driver part of your game plan. Drive sober or get pulled over. Randy?
And behind every touchdown is a strategy. The same goes for safe digging. Make safety part of your next project plan. Contact Kentucky 811 before you dig. Learn more at Kentucky811.org. Brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission. Jared Holland, coach, has talked about this football roster having more depth outside maybe the offensive line than any team that he's coached here in year 7. And we're seeing it with the number of receivers who are involved in this football game.
Yeah, to your point, there's 11 receivers with catches, and I haven't been able to look at the stats yet. I don't know what the record is, but, I mean, that's got to be up there with some of the best games that WKU's had as far as spreading the ball around. And so, again, I think that puts other teams on notice in the sense of when you got one or two key receivers, they can key in on that. But when you got that many guys that can catch the ball and make plays, it makes it very hard to defend.
McGill's the running back. Myers is a wide out along with Sims. And the running back is McGill. Here's a pass by Tisdale to the right corner. He's hit from the backside as he launches the pass, and it is incomplete. It'll be second down and goal for WKU at the 8-yard line of North Alabama as we begin fourth quarter play. Get hit from the back as he was launching that pass by the defensive end, Fred Villa, out of American Samoa, went to high school at Enterprise, Alabama. Second and 8 for Tisdale. He's the backup quarterback, freshman from Jacksonville, Florida. Throws it out on the right side, got an open receiver. That's Marvin Sams, just wide open. And Marvin runs it into the end zone after making the catch over the right sideline. And that's a 6 touchdown pass from a Hilltopper quarterback tonight. Sims gathers it in. He's a junior out of Miami.
Yeah, Tisdale put that ball on a rope. That was a hard-thrown ball, nice catch. And then a nice block on the edge by number 12. I'm not sure if that's Damari Jefferson or Quincy Burrows.
That's Quincy Burrows.
Quincy Burrows on the edge to really spring that play and get the touchdown.
That is the first touchdown catch for Marvin Sims as a Hilltopper. Extra point by Cannon is up. It's on the back of the berm and perfect. And now with 10 seconds gone by in the fourth quarter, Western Kentucky University leads 52-6 on the 6th touchdown pass of the night. More after this on the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
Hey, Tops fans! At Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we're ready to hype you up so you can be your healthiest. Have your next checkup scheduled? Excellent. Keeping up with preventative screenings? Well done. You're putting in the work to get those healthy wins, and we love to see it. Because, let's be real, taking care of your health with preventative care just makes sense. And if you need to play catch-up, there's still time to get those checkups and screenings added to your schedule for the season. Don't wait. Take care, Tops.
Blue Moon Sanitation provides clean, friendly, and dependable sanitation services at a competitive rate. We proudly offer the newest inventory in units and trailers in the area. For job sites, small and large, we keep in stock multiple portable toilets and roll-off open-top dumpsters and compactors. Blue Moon also provides residential garbage services in Warren and Allen counties. We want your stinking business. Go to BlueMoonSoki.com to learn more about ours. Blue Moon Sanitation, the official porta potty of WKU.
You only have so much time. That's why Hills makes science-backed nutrition to help give you more love than humanly possible. With our clinically proven antioxidant blend helping pets live healthier as long as possible. Because you're only human, there's Hills. Hills, because science does more.
Jared Rodney Tisdale just threw his first college touchdown pass. A 6'2" freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, was here a year ago as a redshirt. And Marvin Sims, another Floridian from Miami, made his first touchdown catch of his WKU career.
Yeah, he looked good doing it. He has showed some real arm strength on that last play, getting the ball down the field very, very quickly, and again allowing Sims to get the open pass and get into the end zone. Again, it just speaks well to the future for this WKU offense to have this many weapons and that much depth. Especially, you never know when an injury is going to happen. So, again, nice drive that Tisdale was able to engineer there to get more points on the board. Now the Tops are up 52-6 within basically the entirety of the fourth quarter left to play.
Marvin Sims went to a small school, a Division II school in West Virginia called Alderson Broaddus in a tiny town of Philippi. And he grew up in Miami, so that had to be a big culture shock for him. Here's Cassidy's kickoff from the 35-yard line, spinning sideways, and he goes through the back of the end zone for another touchback. Alderson Broaddus won a national championship soccer title at the Division II level. They picked up a football program about 10, 15 years ago. But the school had massive debt and failed to pay their utility bills over a long period of time to the city of Philippi. So Philippi and the West Virginia government came in and shut the school down. They no longer exist, and he needed a place to go. And the Hilltoppers found out about that and got him in the portal, and Marvin Sims is now here.
Well, hey, fortunate for WKU. Hate that for that university, but a win for WKU. It is interesting you mentioned that being a national championship, because between that school and then at the Division I level, obviously Marshall, that's two national championships out of West Virginia.
That's exactly right. Mack on a carry, and he just got blasted by the Hilltopper linebacker, Zach Smith. Smith out of Red Oak, Texas. He's a true freshman. And no gain on that run by Mack. It is second down and 10. Or by Wade, rather, the quarterback. Wade takes it, play action, dropping back. The right-handed passer goes down the middle and just airmailed it over his receiver's head, Tanaka Scott. Visiting with the play-by-play announcer prior to the game for North Alabama, he was questioning what they had at wide receiver. He felt like that was the biggest question mark on this team. 9-14 on the roster, never caught a pass here in a college game. And that was Benjamin Ray's concern, is what do they have at wide receiver? And they, Fields and Scott have been completely shut down by the Hilltopper defense.
Yeah, Pegues has really been the only one that was able to do anything. Fields, saw some speed from him when he had the opportunity. I'm surprised because, again, after that first drive, they really looked like they were the real deal mixing around and haven't really done anything since.
There's another quarterback run that'll pick up about 15 yards as Wade took it and ran it around the left end before he was tripped up by the linebacker Smith. The quarterback run has hurt the Hilltoppers tonight. And Wade picks up 12.
Yeah, to your point, the quarterbacks have been mobile, and that's something that WKU has struggled with in the last few years, and teams are going to see that. And once again, we have this crazy formation.
You have a center and a tight end lined up on the hash mark. Well, center flanked by two tight ends, the quarterback, and then you got the rest of the offensive line over on the sideline. Well, not on the side, but lined up near the sideline. And they throw a screen pass, a bubble screen, and the Hilltoppers blew it up. It was caught, but that was right in the ribcage stick by the Hilltopper defensive back.
Yeah, if you've ever seen a field goal where the offensive line starts on one side of the field and rushes over and all that, it kind of looked like that, except they never rushed over. But that play was blown up from the beginning. It just didn't seem like it was a well-executed play at all.
2nd and 12, a 2-yard loss. Cole Averon is the one who made that hit for the Hilltoppers. We have 13 minutes to go in the game. Wade will settle back and hum it down the left sideline. He has a big arm. Overshot his tight end at the 45-yard line. There's a penalty marker down in the direction of the Hilltopper defensive back, Flowers.
Yeah, it looked like Flowers was tied up with, I think, Pegues. I'm not sure exactly who it was. It was a wide receiver. Pegues got a little upset and threw him off there at the end, but Flowers was all over him. I'm not going to be surprised if this is a pass interference or defensive holding, one of the two.
Pass interference on Flowers. And it's a first down for North Alabama. This will be their 16th first down of the game. And for the Hilltoppers, they have now been penalized 6 times for 65 yards.
You know, to your point, to have that many first downs and only have 6 points is really kind of surprising.
Yeah. Wade takes it, looks, throws, right side, incomplete. About a 5-yard out pattern to his wide receiver. He missed him on the pass at 2nd down. Fletcher's the wide receiver, redshirt freshman now in the game. Tell you what, Wade has a cannon for an arm.
He really does.
I don't know how accurate it is, but...
Well, and on that play, the reason that was off was he had 3 defenders in his face. So right now it seems like this offensive line's getting a little bit worn down because WKU's defensive line is in the backfield just about every play.
Wade is 3 out of 11 throwing. From the 50, they snap it to him. The rush comes up the middle. He throws it to the left side to the line of scrimmage. There's a late flag in the backfield. That was an LT Sanders catch, the former WKU running back. He made the catch at the 50, able to take it down to the Hilltopper 45-yard line for a pick up of 5 yards.
Yeah, you got to think this is going to be an unsporting-like conduct against WKU, roughing the passer. But on that play, got to give credit to LT Sanders. He was hit as he caught the ball, was able to shift off the defensive player and get the... There you go. Again, two penalties there, back-to-back, extending this drive for North Alabama.
Hilltoppers now have 80 yards in penalties. And the Hilltopper player who's down is Latage Wright, who's the West Palm Beach, Florida safety. He's down on his back at the 44-yard line. We have a timeout. We have 12:40 to play in the game, and Western Kentucky University scored 38 straight points. Actually, now they've scored 45 consecutive points and lead at 52-6. And this is the Hilltopper Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
State Farm, Kathy here.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Whoa.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Ginger Cleary at 270-782-7276 today.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, or putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yep, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member utility pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig. Sponsored by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Banks over a runner. Banks over two. That is a Hilltopper touchdown.
This is WKU Football on the Hilltoppers Sports Network from Learfield.
Ever feel like gluten-free baked goods taste like cardboard? Not anymore. Awaken Bakery in downtown Bowling Green is the gluten-free bakery you've been waiting for, filled with a yummy, healthy, 100% gluten-free goodness. We have everything from sweet treats, sandwiches, coffee, and more, all totally gluten-free and absolutely delicious. WKU students, you can use your Flex Meal Plan dollars with your Student Grubhub account. Come visit us at 300 East Main Avenue in downtown Bowling Green for a warm welcome and something fresh. Awaken Bakery, gluten-free, has never tasted this good.
When it comes to your property, one call does it all. Stuart Ritchie Service Group. From heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical, to fire protection, alarms, commercial refrigeration, and more. We've got the tools and the team to get it done. Serving commercial, industrial, and residential clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 270-393-0285 or visit StuartRitchieService.com. Stuart Ritchie Service Group, your one-call service solution.
After the roughing the passer call and timeout, Wade drops back and hums it down the middle near the end zone from the 30-yard line and overshoots his receiver. And it's second down and 10. Destin Wade, is now 5 of 14 passing for just 19 yards. He has rushed it 4 times for 38. Destin Wade, 6'3", 230-pound sophomore. He hands it off, and that is a run by LT. LT Sanders down inside the Hilltopper 25-yard line to the 23. Sanders picks up 7. Myers up for the secondary with a tackle.
Wade took quite a shot on that last play. I'm not surprised that they're trying to run it a little bit more. Again, that's where they've had more success is really in the run game versus the passing game, especially with 12 minutes left down 52-6. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it a lot more.
134 yards rushing for UNA after 3 quarters of play. Wade spinning to his right, looking to throw in the run. They're after him, and he throws it low and incomplete. Great outside rush coming from the Hilltopper from the outside. That's Jordan Donald, who's a true freshman linebacker from Perry, Georgia.
Well, they surprised me on that one and rolling out and going for the passing play. Again, when they've had such success in the run. But this WKU defense, the last 2 set of downs, extended the play through penalties. So hopefully the Tops are able to keep it in check on this one.
Elon Jones is in, outside linebacker for the Tops out of Georgia. Here's Wade running to his right, tripped up and knocked down back of the 28-yard line. He could not get to the outside, and that'll be a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, that was number 22, Jordan Daniel, coming in from the backside and getting the ankles of Wade and able to get him down there, preventing the first down.
So on 4th down and 3, it's a loss, and it's WKU football. They put up 52 points tonight. This is the most points the Hilltoppers have scored since a 2023 game against Houston Christian. They had 53 in that game as well. 11:48 to go in the 4th quarter. Here comes the Hilltopper offense off the sideline. They will run it off left tackle. Man, a tough run out of the 30 to the 33-yard line.
A heck of a game for the Tops overall. You got to give them credit. The one thing that does stand out is the penalties. They've had WKU's had 7 penalties for 85 yards, several in critical times. And so you got to think in the film session tomorrow or Monday, that's what the coaches are going to harp on, especially going into the game against Toledo next week.
That's Jalen Hampton with his first carry there. He picks up 6. Hampton gets to get in this time off right tackle, and he's going to drive his way out to around the 39-yard line for 6 more yards. So the Hilltoppers move the 6 on the Hampton run. And now in at right tackle is Carton Upchurch for the Hilltoppers. He's a junior from Starkville, Mississippi. 6'5", and he's a 295-pounder. In at center, Caleb Nita, transfer from Virginia Tech. 6'2", 297 sophomore. First and 10 behind the 2 6-yard runs by Hampton. Hampton now leaves the backfield, and Tisdale will drop back to throw it. Airmails it over on the right side to the 50-yard line, and it goes down to the 40-yard line before they bring him down. The tackle was brought down by Michael Jordan, and the Hilltopper, I believe that is the 13th Hilltopper to catch a pass tonight. Is that right, Jared?
That's right.
Jaleel Walker out of Huntsville, Alabama, redshirt senior. First and 10 Hilltoppers. Here is a run by Hampton. Hampton down to the 37-yard line. He'll pick up 3.
I tried to check the stat book, and that is not an official or formal stat that has kept the number of players that have each had a catch in a game. But again, 13 players with catches. You got to think that's up there in the record book.
Goodness gracious. Lofton Howard now in at tight end for the Hilltoppers. He was a linebacker who's now moved to tight end. Played at Greenwood High School, a Greenwood Gator. Here's a they fake the jet sweep, and Tisdale runs it behind his right tackle down to the 33-yard line.
WKU taking a lot more time between snaps. They're not in that hurry-up offense, that tempo offense like they've had all game. Still able to get some good yardage and everything, but not really trying to rush up to the line of scrimmage, trying to get this game over with as quickly as possible, I think.
52-6 the score. Jalen Hampton from Frederick, Maryland. Hometown of my all-time favorite NFL football player, Chuck Foreman, the spin doctor. You're too young to remember. Here's Tisdale running left side, got a block, gets down to the 30-yard line and dives and fumbled the ball, but the ground can't create the fumble. He stretches out, and I believe he has the first down with 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, nice little spin move by Tinsdale to get the first down there. He was hit about a yard or two from the sticks, and that roll was able to get him past it and into the first down territory.
Tisdale has the biggest arm of any Hilltopper quarterback. He stands 6'2" and weighs 185 pounds. Hilltoppers milking the clock. It is at the 29-yard line of UNA. McGill goes in motion to running back. Tisdale down the left sideline, incomplete, little low and behind, and a late flag, and that'll probably be pass interference or holding. It'll be pass interference.
Yeah, that was number 12 for North Alabama. That Michael Jordan never turned around, look at the ball, so they're going to call that every time. But going back to Tisdale, he really is the heir apparent right now behind McIver. What a great player to learn from. Obviously, McIver's had a really good career, but it being his senior year, Tisdale's getting some nice plays in right now and really has an opportunity this next season to be the guy.
15-yard penalty. Hilltoppers have it first and 10 now at the UNA 14-yard line. Jaleel Walker wide to the right side. Hampton the running back. Ball's at the 14-yard line. Tisdale will take it. Hampton will run it off right guard. And he's able to get it down to the 12 for about 2. It'll be second down and 8. Lance Bassett played for the Kansas Jayhawks for a couple of years on the tackle. That's a fourth quarter carry for Hampton. It is second and 8 at the UNA 12. Underhand toss to Hampton, left side. He's at the 11, he's at the 10, the 9, and that's about it. So the Hilltoppers will be faced with a third down play from inside the 10 and a late flag. Leo Glover's the defensive back. He's a hometown kid out of Florence, Alabama. Florence, Alabama is right across the river from Muscle Shoals. That's going to be a holding call on the Hilltoppers, so that they'll move the back. Muscle Shoals known for the great studios they had in the past, where a lot of the fabulous singers from the 60s and 70s went there to produce their albums. Aretha Franklin, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Leonard Skinner, Bob Seger, and Paul Simon, just to name a few. If you're ever in that area, it's certainly worth the stop there in Muscle Shoals to go to those recording studios. It is second and 14 now, as Tisdale will roll to his right, now runs back to his left. He's at the 25-yard line. He stops, and a ball is tipped in midair, and it's knocked to the turf at the 8-yard line.
Got another flag on the play. I'm thinking it's going to be another holding call against WKU. Tisdale was able to roll out, but that offensive lineman had hold of the jersey for UNA, and I believe that's the 9th penalty now for WKU this game. Again, a little bit of a sloppy game from that standpoint, and one that the coaches are sure to call out during the film sessions.
Jamel Jackson now in at left tackle for the Hilltoppers. He's up there with Melvin Collins, and Caleb Nita is the center. The right tackle is Carton Upchurch, and the right guard is Isaiah Stoudemire. Hilltoppers now have 28 yards to go from the 33, and the left tackle, I believe, moved too soon. That's Jamel Jackson.
And that's another flag.
7:25 to go. And our public address announcer, Jeff Younglove, adding his 2 cents worth as he announced on the intercom, there's another flag.
Yeah, and that's the 10th flag for 115 yards of penalties this game, so quite a bit. You know, the one thing I will say is Tisdale's a very athletic, more mobile quarterback than McIver, and so he's not going to stay in the pocket. He's more apt to roll out, and that leads to more opportunities, especially on the edges where it's easier to see for penalties to be called.
It is now 2nd down and 33, and here is Tisdale. He's going to roll to his right. He dumps it short. Ball was grabbed there by Hampton. Hampton now down to the 24-yard line. He stopped there. It is 3rd down and long for the top, says DeMarcius Robinson, the linebacker, on the stop for UNA.
The good news is they're back in field goal range where they were just before that play. There's no chance of it now being inside the 30-yard line. They've got a chance, especially to get a couple more yards on this next play, to at least get a field goal and get a couple more points on the board. Not that they need them at this point. It's 52-6. But it's another opportunity to put some points on the board.
Howard back in at tight end. West comes out on 3rd and 21 with 6:42 to go in the 4th quarter. It's an all-out blitz, and Tisdale lofts it deep toward the right corner of the end zone, and it's out of bounds. So it will be 4th down. Tisdale's pass looking for Marvin Sims, who caught a touchdown pass from Tisdale earlier in this quarter. That one was out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a fade route by Sims, and Sims turned around and waited for the ball instead of running through. It was actually an excellent ball by Tisdale. I thought very catchable. Could have been a touchdown there, but Sims turned around and kind of waited for it instead of running through it. But a really nice placement on that ball by Tisdale.
Here comes a field goal to 43 yards from Cannon. Drives it through the uprights, and it's perfect again. Cannon this season, 4 out of 4. And the Hilltoppers now put up 55 points. It's 55-6 with 6:30 left to go in quarter 4. And we'll have more as our game continues here from Houghton Smith Stadium. This is WKU football from Learfield and the Varsity app.
What if opening a checking account came with a perk? At South Central Bank, our popular Green Tree checking account now comes with more added value. That's right, things like cell phone protection, telehealth, roadside assistance, fuel savings, and enhanced identity theft support are all part of Green Tree checking. No hassle, no stress, just perks for doing something you were going to do anyway. Stop by any South Central Bank branch or visit us online at southcentralbank.com. Banking with rewards. South Central Bank, official bank of WKU football. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Graves Gilbert Clinic is proud to support Western Kentucky University. As the official healthcare partner of WKU Athletics, we are cheering on the Tops every step of the way. With over 20 locations in Bowling Green, Graves Gilbert Clinic is here for your health and well-being. Together, we are stronger, on the field and in our community. Stand up and cheer, Hilltopper Nation.
For 75 years, boys and girls clubs at Bowling Green have served the youth of Bourne County. From one small clubhouse in 1950 to 4 sites today, they now impact over 2,000 kids each year. Their clubs give youth ages 6 to 18 a safe place to learn, grow, and thrive with caring mentors, high-impact programs, and opportunities that shape great futures. Today's club kids are tomorrow's leaders, and that's why we show up every day, because America needs club kids. For every touchdown during today's game, Houghton's Industries will donate $150 to boys and girls clubs of Bowling Green. And the Hilltoppers today have 6 touchdowns. Let's now step out for station ID on such network stations as WNSR AM 560 in Nashville. This is the Hilltopper Sports Network and Varsity Network. It's now 55-6. Cassidy approaching the ball from the 35-yard line, and this is probably the deepest kick he's had of the entire night, almost to the back of the end zone in the air. Mike, I believe you're the only one on the sideline who has not been out there on at least one play tonight.
I think you're absolutely right, Randy. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of impressive things. Our special teams are in great hands with Cole Maynard punting, John Cannon place kicking, and Jack Cassidy kicking off. It's just a big wow.
Cannon 4 for 4 this year. The Hilltoppers are known for having great field goal kickers.
They were. If you look at last year, that was a tied program record, 20 straight consecutive field goals for Carnero after that first miss he had against Alabama. And got Cannon already at 4 for 4 on the season with some long kicks. It's not like these are like chip shots. There was a 46 or 43 yarder earlier tonight. So, it's definitely continuing that streak. And if you look at the streak from last season to this season, that's 24 straight field goals that WKU's made.
That's amazing. We're at 6 minutes to go. Hilltoppers are winning 55-6. And here's a youngster you'll pay close attention to, Jared. He's from your hometown of Franklin, Tennessee. D.C. Tapscott is now in at quarterback for UNA. On a run up the middle, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it looks like D.C. Tapscott played at App State, New Mexico as well. I'm trying to see what school he went to see if he went to Franklin or maybe one of the rival schools, but
he went to New Mexico and Appalachian State in college.
That's right.
It's 3rd down and 9. Elon Jones on another tackle. Jones getting some action here this evening in this blowout game with the Hilltoppers winning 55-6. Next week at Toledo. Toledo lost to Kentucky today, 24-16 up in Lexington. Tapscott to settle back and wings it down the left sideline, and it's out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. It'll be 4th down for UNA.
Well, he definitely looks to have the strongest arm of all the quarterbacks. That was a long throw downfield. Maybe not the most accurate, but certainly had enough distance on it.
Javen Mack was the corner with the coverage. So it'll be another punt. Watford's been a busy punter since midway through the first quarter. He'll grab it and boot it. And back to make the fair catch is no Mac. The Toppers were stumbling a little bit, and then they brought in No off the sideline, and he had a run and a catch for a touchdown. And after that, it's Katie Barr at the door.
Yeah, he was definitely the catalyst for this offense that first quarter, got the offensive going, and then has done obviously very well on special teams duties, which if you recall that first game last week against Sam Houston State, I believe it was KD that had the muff punt. We haven't had any issues since then. I got to give credit to the UNA punter. He has had a really nice night. That was a very long, high kick again for him.
McGill back in at running back. 20, make it the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Tisdale will hand it off, and McGill will run up the middle, 35-yard line. McGill out over the 40-yard line. He gets it to the 42. Jalen McGill, Chicago, Illinois senior. He picks up 12. Hampton and McGill have run the ball well here in the fourth quarter, but there's a holding call on the Tops, and they'll bring it back.
Yeah, what's unfortunate about that holding call is that was behind the play. It looked like the play had gotten past, and then the holding call came out. It really wasn't necessary, but it was a nice run where he was able to wait, stutter step a little bit, wait till the defender and the passed, and the hole opened up, and then get the extra yardage. Unfortunately, it's not going to count because of that holding call.
1st and 20 for the Tops from the 20. That is the Hilltoppers' 11th penalty of the day. Haven't had a turnover, though. And let's see, McGill will run wide to the right. He's out over the 22, around the 22-yard line. Picks up a couple. Leo Glover on the stop. Kentucky Commissioner of Agriculture Jonathan Schell wants to remind you that when you buy Kentucky Proud, you're backing our home team of farmers who bring fresh, high-quality food to your table. Look for the Kentucky Proud logo and score big for your family and community. Kentucky Proud, where supporting local means winning. Learn more at kyproud.com. 2nd and 17, another marker down. 2 markers are down. Pass comes down the left sideline. A leaping catch by the Hilltopper wide receiver, but he's out of bounds.
And it was going to be offsides on the defense, so that was a free play anyways. They're going to get the yardage on it. It is interesting, and I always find it interesting in these type of games. When you're losing like this, to sit there and mouth and kind of, you know, the hand gestures and all that stuff, there's just no need for that.
Jaleel Walker was the Tops wide receiver who made the catch out of bounds, but nonetheless, it was a tremendous catch. So it's now 2nd down and 12. Jaleel Walker's out of Phoenix, Arizona. Spent 2 years at Hancock Junior College in California. This is his 3rd year in the WKU football program, and this is the first game he's played in. So he's had a catch or two tonight. 4:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. WKU winning 55-6.
And look for number 15, tight end Justin Wolf here on these next couple plays. He's definitely a mismatch here, and he's lined out.
Tisdale has been decked. That'll be a penalty on the Lions, and he completes the pass nonetheless to tight end Justin Wolf, a transfer from Kansas State. So the pass is good for Wolf, who's out of Breezy Point, New York. It's in the Brooklyn area, and that's his first WKU catch. And then the roughing the passer penalty is on the UNA defensive end, Fred Villa. So it brings it down to the 46-yard line of North Alabama with 4 minutes to go in the game. WKU winning 55-6. Here's a nice run. He was very patient with the run. Found a little bit of a crease. The run started off left guard, then he rolled around to the right side, and Jaden McGill picks up about 5 yards. Timeout, injured player, and that is Dicotti, who's the defensive end, is down on his stomach in pain with 3:43 left to play. Hilltoppers are winning 55-6. It was 14-6 after the first quarter. It was 42-6 at halftime. 45-6 after the third quarter. And now it is 55-6 in the fourth. This is the most points the Hilltoppers have scored in a game since they went to Charlotte and won 59-7.
Yeah, that was a fun game. I believe that was Austin Reed going out there, and he had a field day against Charlotte that particular day. My cousin, who happens to play for Charlotte on the baseball team, was sitting there on the sideline and had a little bit to say after that one, but that was quite a shellacking. I did just check. We're now up to 14 receivers that have caught the ball tonight, and so they really have spread it around. I mean, it's a perfect outing for WKU, really, with the exception of one thing, and that's the penalties.
That game was November 5th at Charlotte. The Toppers finished that year winning 4 of their last 5, including the win on the last play of the game at FAU, 32-31, stopping FAU in overtime on a 2-point conversion in Willie Taggart's last game there.
Yeah, I believe that was also the one where we had the catch to, I can't remember the tight end's name at the moment. It slipped my mind, but it was that nice catch in the end zone to finish that out.
2nd and 6, 3.5 minutes to go. The ball's at the 43-yard line of the Lions. Maverick McIver has been out since Midway through the third, he finishes his night 24 of 31 for 305 yards and 5 touchdowns. Here's a left tackle run by McGill. He brings it down to the 40. And it'll be third and about 4 after his 2-yard run. That time the Hilltoppers pulled Isaiah Stoudemire, who's a true freshman offensive lineman from Dayton, Ohio.
You know, the good thing about this game, too, is that, if you look at last week, that was basically a 4-hour game, and we're at the, 3-hour and 17-minute mark right now. And so when you got a game like next week against Toledo, hopefully you got a little bit fresher legs.
Tisdale over the middle. It's caught by Myers, turns it upfield, and the University of Charlotte transfer takes it down to the 18-yard line.
You were right about Tisdale's arm. He's got a cannon on him, and he seems to be very, very accurate.
Isaiah Myers, 13 catches last year for Charlotte. He's out of Cincinnati. 2:20 to go. What are Tisdale's numbers now, Jared? He's playing in his first Hilltopper game. From the 18-yard line, he will hand it off to Hampton, running wide to the left, cuts inside, gets down to around the 17, maybe a yard for Jalen Hampton. 2nd and 9. 5 purple-clad jerseys are over there to make the stop.
So Tisdale is 6 for 8 for 94 yards. And again, what's interesting, he's got 94 yards, but they're not really throwing down the field at this point. They're really doing a little bit more short, higher percentage completion passes. So nice job of getting those yardage without having to throw down the field.
We are at the 2-minute timeouts. And Western Kentucky University well on their way to a win. 2 minutes away from going to 2-0 as they lead it 55-6. Our final in-game timeout. Next, this is WKU football from Learfield and the Varsity app.
Looking to earn more on your money? Liberty Federal Credit Union's free vertical checking account is now even better with an increased interest rate of 3.5% APY, letting you earn even more on your money. So what are you waiting for? Start earning more on your money today with vertical checking, only at Liberty Federal Credit Union. Some requirements apply. Annual percentage yield. No minimum balance required. Applicable on balances up to $20,000. Federally insured by NCUA.
Attention Bowling Green, your Hot Rods have secured their spot in the 2025 South Atlantic League playoffs. September 11th, we want your support to bring another trophy to Bowling Green. General admission tickets are on sale starting at $10, or bundle it with a limited edition t-shirt for $30. Get your tickets today at bghotrods.com or call 270-901-2121.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Catches for 49 yards.
55-6, the Hilltoppers leading by 49 points. They have now scored 48 consecutive points for this 55-6 lead.
Visit your local Ace Hardware for all the best brands in grilling, like Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber, and get free delivery assembly on your grill purchase of $3.99 and up.
We understand in the postgame show tonight, we will hear from DeMarco Williams, the talented and star nickelback for the Hilltoppers, as well as George Hart III, one of the room full of running backs the Hilltoppers have. Tonight we've seen Parrish early, but nothing after really midway through the second quarter. Hart, Wright, McGill, and Hampton have all had carries from the running back position. 2nd and 10, 2 minutes to go. It's 55-6, Tops and a ball's at the 20-yard line of the Lions, and they'll run Hampton to the 18. She takes it in behind his right guard, Melvin Collins.
Yeah, you got to think that WKU is probably not going to pass the ball again with less than 2 minutes left and a lead like this. Trying to get the game over as fast as possible.
Bassett with a stop. This proud football program of North Alabama, making the transition from a Division II powerhouse to the FCS level. They won national championships for 3 consecutive years.
Now, they have struggled at the FCS level, haven't had a winning season since 2018, so hopefully this is the year they turn it around.
Just 6-17 the last 2 years. Hampton around the right side to the 20, to the 15, and a flag. He takes it down to the 8 and another flag. Their national titles were quite a few years ago, 93, 94, 95, and at the time, another hold on, that's on Melvin Collins. It was the first time in the history of, since giving out college scholarships for athletics, that a Division II team won 3 consecutive national championships.
Yeah, they were quite a powerhouse, and obviously had some high expectations coming up to the FCS level, and maybe haven't had quite the success that they had down there, but a very proud program that's used to winning. And I think we've mentioned it earlier in the program. In the state of Alabama, they've got the second most number of wins behind Alabama at the Division I level.
Alabama, by the way, losing today at Florida State. 70 seconds are left. Here's a run by McGill, blasting his way up the middle, down inside the 20 to the 15, and on to the 12. And this one will count. No flags with a minute to go.
Well, it was a nice job picking up those extra yardage. Doubt that WKU will go for the field goal to put the icing on the cake, if you will, on this one. I think that they'll probably show some good sportsmanship and just try to run the ball. But again, those penalties have been the one issue that WKU's had. They're now at 12 penalties for 130 yards.
35 seconds are left. Hilltoppers have it 4th and 5 at the 13. And it is McGill to the outside, and he's going to be pulled down. Couldn't get around the corner, and the Hilltoppers will turn it over on downs as the senior linebacker Robinson brings him down. There are 24 seconds left to go in the game. And the Lions will come out with their offense and probably have one more play. Next week at Toledo. Been many a year since the Hilltoppers played at the Glass Bowl in Toledo. Here at home last year, the Hilltoppers used 2 interceptions in the red zone in the closing 90 seconds to win that game. So the penalty's offset, and it'll be 1st and 10 for North Alabama. That Hilltopper victory was a 26-21 win. That was the lightning delayed game. And once that delay was over, the Hilltoppers came out of the second half. Toledo was the far better team in the first half, and the Hilltoppers were the far better team in the second half.
They were, and if I recall, that game came down to the wire. I thought WKU had it, and then Toledo thought they had it. It just was back and forth there at the very end, and a wild series of events. I don't remember the exact specifics of it, but it was a wild series of events to end the game.
It'll be a pass play for North Alabama. It's tipped and knocked away. Flowers knocked it away. It is incomplete. We have 33 seconds left to play in the game. And now in for WKU, a linebacker. Elon Jones. I wonder how many players have played in this game.
I mean, these are great games.
100, do you think, maybe?
Yeah, between both teams, absolutely.
There's a runoff left tackle with 12 seconds left to go in the game. And that's Lataj Wright who makes the tackle. That could be it. It will be it. And WKU will march on to go to Toledo next week with 2 convincing home wins as they beat Sam Houston last week 41-24. And they take the foot off the gas here in the second half and beat North Alabama 55-6.
Yeah, Ray, this was a game where, the first few minutes of the first quarter, the first few series, it really felt like North Alabama was going to give WKU a run for the money. Obviously, that muffed punt helped out WKU, able to get them early points on the board. But at an initial look at it, it looked like UNA was going to dominate the line of scrimmage and really have their way with the Tops. And then WKU just kind of turned it on from there. And really, once they got that momentum, they didn't look back.
Our game tonight was brought to you by Jago Homes. This year, Jago Homes is giving another TV away. The winner will be picked for fall, winter, and spring. So go to WKSports.com/form/5-3 for your chance to win a smart TV courtesy of Jago Homes. Jago Homes, you'll be home before you know it. Western Kentucky University 55, North Alabama 6. And we'll have our happy post-game show next. This is the WKU Sports Network from Learfield and the Varsity app.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why our agents work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Isn't it time to check Shelter out? Find an agent near you.